Why, hello there. Why, hello there. Why is my camera like literally never in the right spot? I'll figure it out. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to a stream. Welcome to a stream. Give me 1 second here. Let me get everything. Gotta ping Discord and all that. Okay, and then I need to go over here. Just got to update a couple things as I get started. So, welcome to chat, everybody popping in. It's good to see you all. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all doing well. um, Why, hello there, dear. Welcome. Ba-da-bum-bum. I am sorry for the late stream again. I know lately I've had a lot of late streams. It's just honestly like I don't know. It's probably just gonna be like this. We'll see. I can probably push them a little earlier. But I guess I'm doing like a little experiment just to see what happens if I stream really late all the time. So thank you for being a part of my little experiment here. I am just making sure everything's good on the Discord end of things. It looks fine. All right, so welcome one and all. The stream title says it all, but well, not really, actually. It doesn't even say a small portion of it, but we are going to talk about a lot of the revelations that have come out from the latest Epstein file drop. This stuff is unbelievable. It is so unbelievable that like I don't know. You hear about Epstein and you're like, okay, like you have an idea of how big it was possibly in your mind, or you have an idea of how bad the things did were, right? Like someone tells you about the whole thing, like sex trafficking and all of that. And you're like, I gotta be really careful because it's still early on in the stream. You have to be careful when your stream is like just beginning. You can be a little more free talking like later on, but like at the very beginning of your stream you got to be a little bit careful not to get too nitty gritty, or else monetization could be an issue. Oh, actually I got to make sure to turn that on. Hello, banana brains. Hello. I'm happy to say to all of you, by the way, that it seems like the video algorithm is no longer beating me to death mercilessly. So that's awesome, right? Isn't that great? It's dark from what you've seen. It's extremely dark, and not only is it extremely dark, but I don't know, just like it was bigger than anyone thought it was, and it was also like way more depraved than anyone thought it was. Like these people were basically running the world. These people were essentially running it. Oh, also we have some Twitch people. Hold on 1 second. What's going on here? Um Sorry, 1 second. Hello there, Nipple Crusher. Oh, Nipple Crusher. Hello. What a name. Also, so I have real quick as we get started, I've got 69 nice followers on Twitch. So thank you all for that. I really appreciate it. I'm getting logged into Twitch here. I don't know, for some reason I was logged out. So let me get logged in, and then let me go to the channel, the creator dashboard, so I can actually see when people follow me, and add ads manager. You're missing ads manager. Okay. I think I've got that now. Plus program goals. Share your progress towards meeting plus program requirements with your community as a goal. Later. Emotional. Oh, someone followed me an hour ago. Oh, someone followed me while I was offline. That's interesting. Must have been like someone watching. Oh, there were a few people that followed me, or a couple people followed me while I was off stream. Or dance on Twitch. Hello. Um Chicagoland. Hello. Yeah, that is definitely a part of it. Two infants murdered on the vessel or yeah. Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad. There's so much in this recent drop. Like I got to be honest with all of you. I genuinely cannot believe that they let this see the light of day. I can't believe that they dropped all this. I I feel like they think they're so they think they're so immune to consequences that they don't even think it matters. I don't really understand because there's still so many people alive and in power that are involved with this. Like I think we're up to like 30 people in the Trump administration that are in these files, and they're just letting this stuff come out. Like they're just letting this. Hey Quinn, by the way, welcome. Navy Rain. Um, yeah, I honestly I cannot believe that this stuff even saw the light of day. The fact that they released this stuff is shocking and like I don't know what to make of it. Like if this is the stuff, here's the thing. If this is the stuff that they're willing to admit, that they're willing to put out into the public, then the stuff that they are not willing to ever let see the light of day is is like really disgusting stuff. And honestly, I wanted to talk about this because let's be real, power is a very, very corrupting force. And one thing that has been made very clear, like, it's been it for a long time, a lot of people have thought about it. Like, yeah, a lot of these famous and powerful people are into the occult. They're into like the weird, dark energy, dark magic, dark spirit stuff. Like they're all like a part of this weird obsession with immortality and youth, and I mean, that was probably a huge part of the pedophilia that was going on with Epstein's sex trafficking ring, was the fact that these like these people were so obsessed with immortality, death, and youth that like their obsession with living forever became like this this fetish for young women, and like they literally took eternal youth and essentially like in their brains I don't know, it's really weird. It's so weird. It's honestly really creepy, and I yeah, but the title is one thing I wanted to talk about. As we get started here, please leave a like on this stream. That would help us as we get going here. We wanna get people brought into the stream. Please, please, please do me a flavor and like this stream. I'm going to post my link tree in the chat so y'all can see my socials. We've got Discord. We do there's like a daily news update in Discord. So like if you want like a little news feed that you can follow of everything that's going on, definitely check out the Discord. We've got a friendly community in there. It's a wonderful place. Great people. We would love to have some new faces in there, honestly. Like it's I've been doing a pretty bad job of shouting out the Discord. But yeah, we would love to see some new people in there if anyone wants to. Turtlebird says I am so late. If you mean late to the stream, it's only 10 minutes in. So you are good. But gosh, I got a number of topics to talk about here, so I'm trying not to jump all over the place. I apologize. I'm trying not to do the weave, as Donald Trump tries to do very often. But yeah, let's just start with talking real quick a couple channel things. Since I'm already on the topic, I did get monetized on Twitch, so we are on Twitch and we have monetization. I have not done anything with it yet. Like I got it enabled, but I haven't gone through and like I haven't customized anything. I haven't done like sub tiers or like whatever. So don't feel like you have to toss any money to me on Twitch. Also, like I'm pretty sure the affiliate split is like not good anyway. So like it would probably be better to wait until I'm a partner before you give me any money on Twitch. But I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's helped me kind of grow there and get to the point where I can get affiliate, I guess. Seems like it really wasn't that much of a challenge. It only took us like a couple weeks or so of consistently being on Twitch. Anyway, um yeah, we are going to continue talking about stuff. But I just wanted to say, oh my goodness, Ashlyn. Oh my goodness. Hold on. This window is way too small to read what you just did. You gifted 10 tier 1 subs. Thank you. That's really nice of you, although I don't even know like what my tier 1 sub is. It like I don't know if it gives you anything. So, just thank you, but we should probably be careful about that. Turtle Bird, thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $2. Also, I will probably enable channel memberships on YouTube. But we're gonna do that like after stream. It's already got horrid. Yeah, this is gonna be a wild stream. We have so many things to talk about. There are so many disgusting revelations from everything that just came out. And then I do have actually I have to kind of like sprinkle in some hopium there. I do have some good news also that will be coming up. There will be good news at some point. So just keep that in mind that it's not all bad. Hey there, Grace. I don't know if I said hi to you. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I can't remember. Anime Sidekick Gal, welcome. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. But yes, I do have good news later. 10 sub goal. Oh, is this for like gosh, what do you call it? The partner? Is there like a partner goal? Oh, your new subs goal of 10 was just completed 1 minute ago. Oh, and there's a hype train. See, I don't know anything about this Twitch stuff, but and Sea Turtle, thank you for the sub on Twitch. That's very nice of you. Dual streaming for the win. Yes. Oh my gosh. Little Pink Dragon, another uh another 10 hammock, welcome. First time chatter, nice. I love the Hollow Knight profile picture. That's how you know you're a real one. Also thank you for following. Ashlyn, you are popping off. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm gonna go through and like make that flesh all that stuff out after stream. Um I saw some monks are doing a peace walk in DC. Yeah, they've been doing that walk for a while. I think they're like almost 3,000 miles deep into that walk. Oh my gosh, cat spotted. Hi, kitty. Oh, was Piper? Oh, there's Piper back there. That's not your food, Piper. What are you doing? She's like literally licking. Like there's like it's got a lid on it. It's like one of those RFID cat feeders, and like literally she's just licking the lid of it. That is so funny. She was like, "Please let me have, please let me have the food that's in this." Oh, I do need to put some food in there. Let me make sure it's not completely empty because I want to make sure Freddie didn't miss his dinner. I think he's fine, but yeah, he's all right. I need to fill that after stream. So, yeah, so we have Freddie back there. He is in the chair. And then Piper's over there, and she is an orange cat. She is a goober. Let me see if she'll let me pick her up. She normally doesn't like. No, she doesn't. She doesn't want me to pick her up. Can I pick you up, Piper? Can I pick you up? Can we do that? So this is Piper. She has half a brain cell. She's very, very dumb. She has the most severe case of cat autism that I've ever seen in my entire life. She does not want to be held. Can you tell? She's like, please let go of me. um, she's kind of a goober. She's actually like the gooberiest goober that's ever existed. For sure, for sure. Sorry, I'm looking at YouTube chat only right now. Let me Gosh, I'm trying to keep up on everything that's going on. A sea turtle, did you just gift 10 subs on Twitch? Oh my gosh, guys. Guys, please. Please. Bit donations are like super chats with a percentage taken with payment at the end of the cycle. Bit donations. Oh, do you have to buy bits? Oh, channel points and bits are different. Okay, I'm gonna figure all of this out, I promise. I got it enabled at least, right? Like, at least I got it going. Y'all, thank you so much. That's so epic. None of you guys really did not have to do that. But I do appreciate that. Also, Turtlebird, the $2 on YouTube. Thank you as well for yes. Um Piper, yep. Cat Cautism, yes. What is up? So awesome. First time live streaming you. Oh, thank you, Jeff. It's good to have you here. Welcome everybody if it's your first time or whatever it is. Starla, welcome. Oh, Starla. Wow, I just realized you are. Um My Floofy Orange Tabby Rusty Shackleford is an that's such a good name. I love your cat name. Is an anxious goober. He has the most hilarious expressions for a cat. He never likes to be held. Always wants to watch me play video games or watch TV. Oh, that's cute. Channel points are imaginary Leah bucks. Bits are IRL pennies. Oh, okay, gotcha. And we have Starla. Do you want me to refer to you as Starla? I'm assuming, even though I know I you're whatever. Cat moved up. Oh, are they? Freddie doesn't like her very much, so they might start fighting a little bit. Streamer gets like 20 to 33 cents of each dollar. You can Francine me. Well, I just want to make sure, like, I don't know. I never know what to do because people have like their real name, their Discord name, or whatever, and I never know which one to use. Ever. Starlet's just your stage name. Okay, I gotcha. My orange and white cat with FIV has no teeth. Oh. Lily is very chill. He's 10. I found him 3 months old kitten. Oh, that's so cute. So, I mean, like, sorry he has no teeth, but at least he can just like chew wet food. Basically, I've known senior cats with like no teeth before. So you get no money from Twitch before you are partnered. Oh really? Oh really? Wait, affiliates get nothing on Twitch? Is that real? Is that a real thing on Twitch? You get literally nothing if you're an affiliate? Then what is the point of affiliate? No, you do. Oh, it's just a very small. It's just oh my gosh, a very tiny cut. Ashlyn, you are you just completing all of my affiliate goals for me? Ashlyn, is that what you're doing right now? Are you just like power leveling me as a Twitch streamer? Twitch affiliates receive 50/50. Uh, okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, anyway, let's jump into let's talk about the let's talk about politics. Let's get going on that. I'm gonna try to keep up on the donos and all of that other stuff. Um, there's just a lot going on Twitch, so it's like hard to keep up on everything. But I'll try to keep everything in mind as we move forward. People like to talk about the 70/30 split. Oh, that must be partner split is 70/30. Which is better than YouTube, actually. Better than YouTube. We've already hit 100 messages on Restream, and it's been like 20 minutes. That's pretty epic. Anyway, here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the fact that like this stuff is being released in the first place. This is unbelievable. I cannot I cannot believe that they let this stuff see the light of day. And like Trump came out and said this stuff absolves him. There's a video. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Trump says Epstein release absolves him. Let me get my headphones on here. So this was February 1st. Is there a video? Is there a video? Is there a video? Yeah, okay, this is, here, we're just gonna pull up the CNN article, or video article. You know what I mean. Oh, also, I have done more with the soundboard, and it is good. It is very, very good.
All I know is all my haters become my waiters when I sit down at the table of success.
So, yes, I do have a lot more things on my soundboard.
Please clap.
All right. CNN.
More than 3 million pages, 2,000 videos, and
Hold on.
180,000
Hold on.
images. CNN
Hold on.
teams are carefully sifting through the largest, and what the Justice Department says is the last, batch of Jeffrey Epstein
last?
files. It's an
I don't
enormous
believe
trove
that.
of documents, and it includes references to some of the richest
That's really
and most
loud.
powerful
Here,
people
sorry.
on the
Turn
planet.
that down a little bit.
That includes the current president, a former president, cabinet secretaries, a former prime minister, billionaires, and the list goes on and on and on. The Justice Department says tonight that its job is done.
We complied with the statute, we complied with the act, and there is no, we did not protect President Trump, we didn't protect or not protect anybody. I mean, I think that
Should note
Yeah, no,
that
I
just
don't
because
care about
someone
that
is
guy.
mentioned in these documents does not mean that they've been accused of wrongdoing.
Okay, all right. You know what? I'm already triggered by the freaking, oh my gosh. Can you just call everyone in charge, like, they're a part of this sex trafficking cabal that might still be going. Okay? And like I just cannot believe I just cannot believe this. Oh, can you just, like, why do you have to do this? Oh, just so you know, legally speaking, no one has been officially charged. Yeah, because they have the government, like they bought the government. Like everything is like it's oh boy. Um okay. Oh, Francine, thank you for the follow on Twitch. All right, here we go. No mention of George W, Rush Limbaugh, yeah, there were a couple people that I was surprised, I guess, were not mentioned, honestly, but we'll talk about
did
that.
anything
We'll talk
wrong.
about that.
Many of these claims are unverified or they rely on secondhand information. But these are the key findings our team has uncovered so far, and I should note, millions of pages have come out. We are still digging right now in this hour. Donald Trump's name appears thousands of times in these new documents.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the total number of mentions for Trump is like 3,500 times or something like that. And I don't know if that's total or if that's just with this most recent release, but this is unbelievable. This is like he's, oh my gosh.
In some, he's merely mentioned in emails that Jeffrey Epstein sent to other people. But the files also contain a complaint from a woman who accused Trump of raping her in 1994 when she was just 13 years old. According to the FBI document, this accuser, who is identified as Jane Doe, said that Jeffrey Epstein was, quote, angry that Trump was the one to take her virginity and that she was also raped by Jeffrey Epstein. This woman had previously launched lawsuits against Trump and dropped them. The last one happened right before the 2016 election. The president has previously denied these allegations. Also included in today's release was a list of sexual assault allegations related to the president.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like the way that CNN is covering this at all. It's really pissing me off. Can we just, there's not enough, like I hate how news media does this thing where, like, there's no emotion. There, I understand this whole, like, oh, we have to tell the news in this impartial way or whatever, but it's like, you are literally, oh my, like, you are telling us of things that are so unbelievable. And when you do this, like, deadpan, like, oh, we are bringing you news of things that we have found, but just to let you know, none of these people have been officially charged with. It's like you uh it's like they care so much about journalistic integrity that they've absolutely destroyed journalism. Like they have become the thing that they sought to destroy, and it is absolutely disgusting. And CNN licks the boot too. True, very true. Um. Okay, so where's I was watching Kyle Kalinske Secular Talk. He went over this stuff. He went over all of the Epstein file stuff, okay? And honestly, I think I'm just going to pull up his video because he's more to the point, and I think I can just kind of scrub through his video and find the part that there's also a CoffeeZilla video. Maybe we start there. Maybe we start there. Um Oh, it's on his, second channel. What's it? What's the second channel called? Voidzilla. Voidzilla. Yeah, yeah, CoffeeZilla. That's probably the good one to start with here. Okay, so we're gonna jump right in. Um, all right, so here we are. Here's Mr. Zilla himself, and we're just gonna start playing this.
The FBI just dropped 3.5 million files, and it is incredible. Huge bombshells about some of the most powerful people on the planet. I can't believe they let some of this stuff out. I mean, it is stunning. Honestly, one of the biggest lies we've seen is the idea that the FBI could possibly come to us and say, not only is there not a client list, there was no credible evidence that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals. Guys, we're about to see Plan Black.
I like if Kash Patel is not like held in what even is it, contempt or whatever, or perjury or whatever, if he is not brought up on charges for just like lying, like I mean I know there's no accountability, and it's just like there's no way, but it's just, oh my gosh, it's honestly disgusting. It's so disgusting. I just like, does anything matter? Does anything? I'm having like, this stuff is making me have like an existential crisis. I'm not gonna lie. Like we need trials. We need trials.
Mail to one of the most powerful people on the planet, and that is Bill Gates. Listen, there's a lot we're going to get to, but we have
Yeah,
to
the
start
stuff
with
with
probably the craziest revelation here, which is Jeffrey Epstein emailing himself about Bill Gates. Now, if you don't know, Bill Gates and Epstein had a relationship.
Okay, he said that's like one of the craziest things that we learned. I mean, maybe one of the craziest things we learned, but I will say that, like, I'm not surprised that Bill Gates is in the Epstein files. He's always been kind of a creepy dude and like had like a weird, like almost incel kind of reputation. And like I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But yeah, as you will see, apparently Epstein did a thing
Relationship
with
post
Bill
2008.
Gates.
That's a big year. You're going to hear a lot today because 2008 was the time that Epstein pled guilty for soliciting of somebody under the age of 18. He was a predator at this point. Everybody knew it. Now, eventually, Bill Gates.
Well, see, like they knew it beforehand too. Like after he was formally charged, that was just sort of like almost like a tacit admission for the public that like, yep, this is happening. But like everybody knew about this. Everybody freaking knew about this. And honestly, like maybe the only person who didn't know about this is Bernie Sanders. And honestly, I would be willing to bet that Bernie knew or had suspicions that this kind of thing was happening, and he just like never. Like, honestly, one of the most disgusting things about all of this is the fact that no one said anything. The fact that it went on for this long, and that like this is now us learning about it, you know? Like I like this is during Obama's presidency. This is 2008. This is Obama's first presidency. This is like a prime neoliberal era, right? And honestly, like that's one of the things that really, really, nails home that, like, this is I don't wanna say uniparty, right? But, like, neoliberalism and this conservative movement, they are bedfellows, like, literally pedophile bedfellows. Like, oh gosh, Piper just jumped up to the okay, she almost knocked over my light, which is a little scary. I'm glad I have it taped down. But, like, these people, like, they were in this together. Like, this is like Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. Like, I feel like this is one of those things that, like, we should read the tea leaves on this. You know, like, if you're still willing to to say that the neoliberal Democrats are going to get us out of this mess and that they're, like, diametrically opposed to the Republicans and that, like, like, that is so, so, so untrue and unbelievable. And if you think that, you have brainworms and you need to wake the fuck up. You need you need to realize that the stuff that's going on is it's like it was covered up by both parties. You know, it was covered up by the neoliberals and it was covered up by the centrists and it was covered up by the Republicans. Like, they probably, like, honestly, they were so open about all of this stuff. It's hard to believe that, like, Bernie or AOC or other people didn't know that this stuff was happening. Like, I'm honestly a little bit suspicious. It's like, damn, Bernie, did you really, like, they were so bad at covering this shit up. Did you really not know? Did you just think it was weird sex parties? Or did you really not know that it was about little girls? Like, I don't know. It like, I'm not trying to cast shade at them, because there is a chance that they did keep it quiet enough to those people that, like, they didn't know. But I don't know. Like, clearly everyone in power knew. Clearly, like, all of these people knew. You know, it's like it's a big club and you're not in it kind of deal. Like, everyone knew what was going on, and they just kept quiet. Like honestly, like, Melinda Gates um divorced Bill Gates and just basically said, like, hey, it was over him cheating or whatever. But she didn't say shit about this Epstein stuff. And I'm sure she knew. Like, I'm sure she could figure it out. Like, I don't know. There are so many examples. We'll talk about it more, but there are so many examples of people who, like, had wives that were involved or people who had, and it's like, are like it is quite clear. And, like, with the emails, like, there were some people who were, like, talking in code, which we will actually talk about because it seems like the Pizzagate code, to my surprise, was actually something that they really used. Some of these people did feel the need to speak in code, and they were doing stuff like talking about pizza and cookies and, like, food. And so, like, it does seem like there might have been something to that, like, whole Pizzagate side of things. And it was probably just the people who felt like, oh yeah, I do need to keep quiet on this. All right, let's keep going here.
Gates would get divorced when all of this came out. Melinda Gates said it was part of the direct cause for the divorce. She said she met Epstein and said he was evil.
He was evil personified.
So you have to
So then why would like, this is why I sincerely believe that they were murdering people. They were hiding the evidence. They were killing victims. They were like this was like that's why, like, honestly, it's so weird that we could just, like, I'm sitting on a YouTube stream right now just talking about this. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's something like why are they letting me do this? Because, like, I I don't know. It's just like you would think that this is the kind of thing that would happen after all the boomers die. You know, like, Trump dies, all the boomers are gone, it's all over, and then this comes out where everyone, like, you know, the millennials get into power and we're like, by the way, everyone, we found all of this stuff in the FBI, and it's really bad. And you know, I just cannot believe that we're learning about this right now, which is supposed to be like the height of power for Donald Trump. And it's like I just all right, hold on.
understand. This is like
Hello, Wild Pikachu, abiding. Some new people popping into chat. Welcome everybody that is here. They're confident even if we know they are safe. How was so how has so much been released and just nothing done about it? This has been genuinely insane. Yes, I agree. Maddie, hello. Millennials should be in power. We're in our 30s. Why are these old fucks still running shit? That is a really good question, you know. Why did they release this now? I don't like, honestly, that's kind of the wildest thing about this. Like, Trump signed this. Like, I just don't understand the reasoning behind this, where it's like, I'm sorry, Coffee
Like,
Zone.
Bill
Sorry, Coffee.
Gates
Hold on.
kryptonite. He's one of the richest
Uh,
men.
yeah, he's like soy facing. That's great. I'm just gonna leave him on the soy face. But that was my face. How that was the expression I made. Learning. Just kidding. Um, like, I just cannot believe, like, why did Trump sign this shit? Like, did he genuinely think they were gonna scrub it or something? Or, like, is he so surrounded by yes men and yes people that he just, like, was like, "Oh, yeah, they'll scrub me out of it. Like, it's fine. I got the power. I'm in power." I don't know. I just don't understand. Trump didn't have a choice, I believe. Did they not have enough votes to push it through even without Trump? Did they have 2/3? I know you need 2/3 to push through past a veto, but, like, did they have 2/3? I thought that they were barely able to get, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, they had to get, is it only 2/3 of the Senate you need, or do you need 2/3 of the House as well? Pressure needs to be on the whole regime, just not the figure. I don't think he has enough life for war. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe another country threatened it. No, another country didn't threaten it out of him. That definitely didn't happen. Like, that's the thing, is, like, this is happening. Like, this is happening. 2/3 of both. I don't think they could have gotten 2/3 of both. Like, honestly, if he had vetoed this, I don't think it ever would have. I don't think they would have been able to get it. Even some MAGA Republicans, one of them released. I know, but they were barely able to get it to pass the discharge petition. They were barely able to get it to pass the House. Like, they had to get that one Democrat. Like, the reason why Mike Johnson shut down the House for so long was because he was trying to prevent that one lady from getting confirmed, because she was the deciding vote to get the discharge petition passed. Trump controls the DOJ. He doesn't care about rule of law. His approval ratings must be tanking. Oh, Trump's approval ratings are the lowest I think they've ever been. Like, he is the most unpopular president in the history of the United States. That is a fact. And it was true in his first term, and it's true again in his second term. So yeah, they probably thought it was more toxic to keep it out of the public eye. Plenty of people in his camp saw this as a mission for MAGA. It's been blowing up its face from us. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is, like, I understand that they're trying to make this, like, risk calculation where they're, like, trying to decide, like, okay, if we keep this quiet, people won't shut up about it. But if we release it, like, maybe people will shut up about it. Like, I honestly, I think they were hoping that people were gonna get the files and sort of just, like, be like, okay, we got the thing we wanted, and then shut up about it. Like, I think they wanted this to be like, I don't know, like, the politicians think the American public are really, really stupid, right? Like, they think that we're all as dumb as the most, like idiotic people ever. Like, they think that we're all just like pigs, basically. And so they don't, like, maybe they thought that no one was gonna, like, look that hard into it. Maybe they thought that all of the redactions would just be like, we would just be like, oh, there's nothing here. Or, like, I really don't. I just, like, this stuff is so massive, though. This stuff is so massive. Like there's no way that everyone's gonna overlook this. I think that Trump, even as deluded as he is, probably knew that the political fallout from vetoing the release of the files would have been a disaster. But would it have been? Like, he's done so much other horrible, unhinged, unbelievable shit. Like, I just really don't know. Like, would it have been that bad? Like, I just... You weren't talking about the numbers of Congress people. You were talking about external pressure from his MAGA base. Yes and no. I do feel like they could have just, like, ignored their base. I mean, they do that. So okay, let's just keep
on the
going.
planet. He's got this huge philanthropy arm. But this relationship with Epstein has been a huge problem for him. And Epstein appears to have known that because in 2013, Bill Gates appears to be distancing himself from Jeffrey Epstein. And Epstein seems to have a problem with that. He says, I assume the dedication to our relation went both ways. Larry has now asked me to recommit to a confidentiality agreement. Basically, he's got to shut up about his relationship with Bill Gates. And this is where the blackmail starts. And it comes in the form of like, if I were you, I would do X if I were the type of guy that you should be. He says, in that regard, I suggest I buy you the house that you had your heart set on. In addition to 5 years of severance, we'll buy you out of the investment contract we agreed upon, 30 to 40% of an $100 million partnership for $30 million in today's terms. That's what I would have done had I been in your shoes. Then he lays out what he has on Bill Gates, or what he says he has. Quote, to add insult to injury, you subsequently, with tears in your eyes, implore me to delete the emails I had regarding your STD. Your request that I provide you antibiotics that you could surreptitiously give to Melinda, and the description of your I mean, this is insane.
Like Epstein's literally emailing Bill Gates, and he'd be like, "It would be a shame if I were to tell your wife about all of about." Yeah, like if I were you, I would give me $30 million, and I would also think about the fact that I have all of this dirt on you. So this is unbelievable. Here to be horrified. Well, welcome to the party, because we are all just like jaws to the floor over this. This is unbelievable. I just
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I can't.
Completely insane. It's like basically laying out in text form, I would give me millions of dollars, and I can't believe you're asking me to delete the message where you were going to give STD medication to your wife without her knowledge. I mean, it's complete. It's crazy. It's just completely obvious what he's doing here. It's just a nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Here's what you should do. But now that coming out after Epstein's death, this looks really bad for Gates, obviously, because you usually wouldn't blackmail somebody for something that's completely false or fake. I mean, maybe he did that. But we also know Bill Gates had affairs. Obviously, Melinda credits it for their divorce. So it's hard to believe there was nothing sketchy going on. Bill Gates, of course, maintains that it was completely above board. He says the fact this allegation was in here just shows how much Epstein was willing to defame people. But Epstein lays it out. He said,
Everything was completely above board. Source, trust me, bro. Trust. Everything. I trust me, guys. If I if if I if I was involved in an elite international human sex trafficking ring, I would tell you all. Like, trust me, I'd be honest about it.
says he helped Bill get drugs in order to deal with the consequences of sex with Russian girls, facilitating his illicit trysts with married women, and to being asked to provide Adderall for bridge tournaments. Look, guys, this is exactly what we suspected the whole time. Epstein was providing services to rich people and expecting payment via blackmail. Now you might say, and it's true, that we don't know that Epstein ultimately sent that version of an email to Gates. All we know is he sent that to himself. He may have planned the blackmail and just been drafting something. But what we do know are two things. The Wall Street Journal has reported that Gates was threatened by Epstein over an affair. We also know that after this blackmail email Jeffrey sent to himself was written, eventually Gates sent a $2 million donation to MIT.
Someone in chat is asking, Zena says, I think I figured out how he got the money a while ago. This is just confirmation. Yeah, no, I mean, like, he was blackmailing people. He was power peddling. He was human sex trafficking. That's how he got, you know, some of the money. But like, he essentially played himself up as a financier, right? So clearly that whole like financier stuff was like essentially money laundering for all of this dirty money that he was bringing in from like world leaders and from rich and powerful people. Bridge. They were running an elderly housing for PDFs. I think God, Bridge. I can't believe like they're so old they're playing Bridge. Oh gosh, it's just um yeah. I guess there were probably a lot of ways in which they covered up these events, and maybe one of the ways in which they covered up the events was saying that they were like people getting together to play bridge. Because why would you suspect anyone who's just trying to they're just trying to play bridge. They're just trying to play bridge, you know. Um okay.
Directed by Jeffrey Epstein, which is a bit weird if you had distanced yourself from the guy and y'all had this big falling out. Now again, do we know for sure that Bill Gates did all of that? No, of course we don't. But do I think Bill Gates was innocently looking for charity advice from a after he already pled guilty? No, I don't. I'm sorry, I'm not that gullible. And speaking of not that gullible, we've been lied to also by another richest guy on the planet. Geez, it's a shock why they don't want to put this out. Elon Musk, who has been saying,
Oh, I'm gonna let this play, but prepare yourself for like the disgusting. Ugh, I just the way Musk approached all of this is so like internet brain rot, Twitter brain rot. Like,
4 years that it is a lie that he went to Epstein's island. In fact, he says he refused to go. From Elon, he says, Epstein tried to get me to go to his island. I refused. He says, anyone pushing this false narrative deserves complete contempt. Later responding to another headline, which said Elon Musk planned trip to Epstein's private island. And
I am become meme.
he says, this is false. But of course, we start to dig through the files and we can see on Epstein's calendar that Elon Musk is booked in December 6th of 2014. But maybe you don't believe that. That's just the word of Jeffrey Epstein. But maybe you'll believe the word of Elon Musk, who was caught emailing Jeffrey Epstein to go to his island post the guilty plea. Elon Musk writes, "Will be in BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Good time to visit." Jeffrey Epstein says, "I will send a heli for you." Later, Elon Musk writes to Epstein, probably just to Lula and me, his ex-wife, what day night would be the wildest party on your island? The world's richest man.
I like Elon Musk is literally like, Mr. Pedophile Man, Mr. Universal sex trafficking pedophile man. Can you please help me figure out when would be the best night for me to come to your pedophile island so I can have the most authentic elite sex trafficking pedophile ring experience, please? Can you tell me when I might arrive at the wildest time during your illicit some might say illegal parties? Oh. Aurelia says I'm falling asleep here. Need to get up early for work. Keep up the good work, Leah. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you have a good one. I'm sorry that the stream is so late. I used to think Musk was an outsider. How naive I was. The Hell's Champion thing was my first tell. You don't dress up as Hell's Champion when you're riches. Well, I mean, like sorry, not Trump. Musk has been getting money from the government for an incredibly long time. Like he's been basically a government contractor since. Oops. Sorry, that's my alarm for my injection. Sorry. Sorry, my brain just I just the notifications on my phone and stuff. Anyway, the new Avatar movie is kind of trans affirming considering Spider epigenetically became basically a Navi. Yeah, that was an interesting part of the movie. That was really cool. How did Epstein even end up with so much money? Wasn't he originally a teacher? Dude is like the Walter White of diddling kids. Yeah, well, I mean, like, there were so many rich and powerful people involved in all of this Epstein stuff that like I genuinely think that like he basically made his money from peddling influence, essentially. And then he just like laundered it through like, I'm a financier, you know, or whatever. He basically dismantled NASA. Yeah, Musk dismantled NASA, basically. He, like, basically took all the money NASA was getting and stole it. How do you do, fellow elite? Tell me, when's the wildest wink wink nudge nudge times to go to your quote unquote parties? Elon probably. Didn't it come out that Epstein is associated with Mossad? I thought it would come out for sure. Yeah. Yeah, there was like a, I don't know if coffee covers it. Let's keep playing this real quick. Also, if you're watching and you're enjoying the stream, please like the stream, follow on Twitch, do all that wonderful stuff. We got Rad Mage followed. Thank you so much. Aurelia followed on Twitch. Wild Pikachu followed on Twitch. Thank you all so very much. I just hit affiliate on Twitch recently, and it seems like Ashlyn was like basically power leveling me or power promoting me on Twitch, which is pretty awesome. So we might hit partner soonish. We'll see. I gotta go in and like do stuff with the Twitch like stuff to make it like, you know, like customize it and everything. Anyway,
asking the most pedophile man for the wildest party on his island. And then it gets more explicit. In 2012, remember, this is the guy who said,
and this is in 2012, guys. Like, this is like after he's been convicted. Like, Epstein is a freaking convicted sex pedophile guy at this point, right? Like, this is 2012. This is 4 years after, and Musk.
I refused it. I could never do that, right? It's false. But here in 2012, he says, do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of my sanity this year. I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. Guys.
He really wanted to let loose. Is it that easy to become partner? I don't know what you need for partner, although Ashlyn dumped quite a bit of money into getting me, I think it, like, Twitch said I got some of the goals done. I don't remember what the goals are. There's like a certain goal thing that you have to do. But you need a lot of time and viewers. Look at what Starla says. Yeah, you have to hit like a certain number of viewers consistently. You have to stream a certain number of times and have a certain number of I'll look at it after stream. Anyone else feel cathartic? Our enemies are all monsters. I mean, like, it's cathartic, but it's also like these people are worse. Like, why did like no one on the other side, no Democrats said shit about this? Like, they're so complicit in it. They're so complicit. 75 viewer, 15 stream in 90 days, I believe. I gotta hit 75 viewer. Look at what Starla said. Oh, I think Starla said it. You need 12 to 16 streams a month with 60 to 70 average viewers for partner on Twitch. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's gonna be a while until we get to that, for sure. For sure. But now that I'm affiliate, it'll probably be a little easier to get there. And thank you so much to Ashlyn for helping out with things. And for some reason, the founder of Victoria's Secret gave Epstein millions in power of attorney. Huh, I wonder why.
He can't even play the I went to go study math excuse, which is what all these guys do. They say, hey, I just went to go talk to scientists. Elon's like, hey, I don't want to do that. I'm looking for a party. That's what I'm here to do. And then Jeffrey Epstein writes,
What are you doing? Making a mistake. Making a mistake.
I will see you on St. Barth. The ratio on my island might make your ex-wife uncomfortable.
Epstein is basically saying here that, like, your wife is going to be uncomfortable because there are so many old men diddling so many young girls. Like, it's just disgusting.
I can't believe these guys are lying to us and people are swallowing it still, thinking that Elon Musk had nothing to do with this guy. So again, that's 2012. That's 2014. But guess what? There's another time in 2013. I mean, this seems like a yearly thing with the boys. Here, once again, Elon Musk writes, we'll be in the BVI St. Bart's area over the holidays. Again, is there a good time to visit? Jeffrey Epstein, any day, 1st to the 8th, play it by ear if you want, always space for you. They then plan some more, and you might think, well, if Elon ever told the truth, this...
Okay, so someone said, and remember Epstein was caught. There must be other islands in the world catering to billionaires. You know what? This is actually something that is mentioned later in the files, and we will get to it. But there seems to be confirmation in some of these files that like this continued after Epstein. Like this did not stop happening when Epstein died. Like someone else or one of the co-conspirators or maybe all the co-conspirators are like still involved in doing all of this shit. So yeah, Queen of the Guinea Pigs, welcome. Brace yourself, I would say. If you just joined the stream, brace yourself. Epstein literally pulled the who told Musk about the parties? We gotta tell him they're canceled. Yeah, here, let me play this.
This is when he has to reject, right? Because he said, I refused. But actually, it appears to be one of those cases where, like, your friend says, like, oh, bro, I dumped her. And actually, it was the other way. Yeah, it turns out Elon didn't dump the p***l. The p***l dumped Elon. He says, bad news. Unfortunately, my schedule will keep me in New York. Hopefully, we can schedule another time in the future. Jeffrey Epstein let Elon down. That's actually the real story. Is the reason he didn't go in 2013 was because he couldn't go. Jeffrey Epstein was not there. Guys, I mean, how blatant do they have to make it?
I just like exactly what he said. How blatant do they have to make it? Like literally Elon, what he said is the opposite of the truth. He didn't reject Epstein. Epstein rejected him. Elon was like, Mr. Pedophile man, can I please come to your island and experience some of your wild parties? Please. And Epstein got so sick of him, honestly, probably because he's insufferable, but also because he was probably, you know, like a liability. Like Elon is so stupid, so disgusting that like you wouldn't like. I can imagine like the tone that I think Jeff probably took with him, Mr. Epstein took with him, was like this fucking guy. Like I just like he definitely like this email that he sent him like is definitely like the kind of thing that you would send to someone if you're like, how do I cancel on this person without them thinking that it's like their fault? Like this, unfortunately, my schedule, bad news. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in New York. Was really looking forward to finally spending time together with just fun. Very disappointed. Hopefully we can reschedule another time. Like, oh my gosh. And look at Musk. Like he's so like, oh, I'll do whatever you want, Mr. Epstein. I could fly back on the 3rd. When would you? Like he's just like so desperate. I can't. Elon is such a loser that he got kicked out of the elite international human sex trafficking ring. Like.
Unfortunately, my schedule will keep me in New York. Hopefully we can... There, guys, I mean, how blatant do they have to make it before we start to just see through it, right? When they issue these ridiculous denials, they're totally associated with the guy after the guilty plea. They lie through their teeth, but they can't even keep their story straight. I mean, that's what's crazy. They're not even competent at this. They get caught in their own lies all the time. Remember, the FBI's official story was they didn't blackmail. Well, before we even had these files, Howard Lutnick was on the record calling Jeffrey Epstein the greatest blackmailer ever.
So how come Bill Gates and all these other people could hang around him and not see what you saw? Or did they see it and ignore it? Or
no, they participated.
Right.
That's what his MO was, you know, get a massage, get a massage. And what happened in that massage room, I assume was on video. This guy was the greatest blackmailer ever.
Interesting. Okay, so Howard has a different perspective. Now, if you don't know,
Jenna, thank you so much for the follow as well. Thank you. Okay. So let's we don't need to I don't care about this guy. He basically says that Epstein is a blackmailer and that he was never friends with him at all. But like there's this email of Howard Lutnick. So Howard said that in like 2005 or something, he met Epstein and he was so disgusted by him. He never wanted to speak with him ever again. That's what he said during the interview, right? And then here's Howard Lutnick in a fucking email being like, Mr. Jeffrey, we are gonna be in St. Thomas Saturday afternoon. Can you please give us information on Ew, wait, what? Does Sunday evening sound good? I have another couple with me on my boat, and each of us has 4 children. Ew. Why are you telling the pedophile about your children? Disgusting. So yeah, this guy. I think there's like another email. Yep. 2012. Jeffrey wished me to pass along. Yep. Good morning, Howard. Jeffrey wished me to pass along below. Nice seeing you. Yep. Oh, and then this stuff is really bad. I think this is the stuff I might go to Secular Talk for because like CoffeeZilla had to censor all of it, but Kyle didn't. Riverboat Jack is live, so have fun with. Yeah, that. Okay, well, see ya, Banana Brains. Have a good one. Riverboat Jack has been streaming hella late lately. Is she on the East Coast or is she like is she on the West Coast? Because if she's on the East Coast, she's fucking it's late. I thought I was streaming late. That's kind of, you know, I'm trying not to conflict with other people's schedules. Murdered infant and the mother.
they say things like Complainant was spoken to and deemed.
I don't know. I don't know where he started talking about this.
To your face, to the American public's face, and they tried to hide it from us. I cannot emphasize this enough. They're lying through their teeth. You think this guy perfectly remembers a 2000?
He's in Minnesota? Oh. Wow. Okay. He tends to go to 3 or 4 a.m. Okay. Is Minnesota, it's not Eastern Standard Time in Minnesota, is it? Are they Eastern Standard? No. Right? They're like the other, it's CST? Okay.
2005, like walking in the guy's house, I remember exactly what I said to him. My wife and I looked at each other, and he wouldn't remember the 2012. I boated over to his private island for a dinner. Is that what we're really thinking? Is that what we're expected to believe? This is a momentary lapse in his judgment. No, these guys don't even care about being consistent, and they're all throwing each other under the bus. Don't you remember Elon Musk saying, the time to drop the really big bomb, Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's the real reason they haven't been made public. My guy, you also are in the Epstein files, very clearly doing stuff you lied about, okay? So is Howard Lutnick, who says, yeah, Bill Gates, he's probably getting blackmailed because he participated. What did you do on the island over in 2012, Howard? Do we know that? I mean, does anyone care? Now, the last thing I want to talk about is some of the most explosive stuff. It's also, again, I have to say, unverified, okay? This is the NTOC, the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, and the challenge with confirming some of this is that these are anonymous tips, or they black them out at least, so we don't know who they are, and anyone can drop a tip. Now, that doesn't mean that you should disregard them. It just means we can't verify them. The other challenge is is that the FBI has a heavy incentive to discredit anything with Donald Trump in it, just because he's in the White House right now, obviously. And so I want to be clear, there are notes related to some of these submissions where they say things like complainant was spoken to and deemed not credible. Additional research showed 3 separate redacted. You know, it's hard to tell how much this is the proper due diligence of the FBI, which they should be doing, of course, and not all complaints are credible. But also there's this obvious conflict of interest with the fact that the sitting president is in some of these complaints. But here they are for what it's worth. Complaint summary. Blank reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Alexis that she was approximately 13 to 14 years old when this occurred, and the friend allegedly bit President Trump while performing. The friend was allegedly hit in the face after she laughed about biting President Trump. The friend also...
Yeah, I think this testimony right here is the same testimony that was given, gosh, I can't remember her name. There was a victim who gave like video testimony, like gave an interview, I think in 2015 or so, and like basically said all this stuff in an interview. And I don't know why no one took it seriously or no one cared or whatever. I mean, it was probably like a concerted effort to keep it buried. Yeah. Why doesn't the Epstein estate lawyer release what they got? I'm pretty sure they have the estate has released stuff. I don't know. I think it was kind of um forced by someone else or something, but
also said she was abused by Epstein. Later, there's very explosive claims about big parties with her, other younger girls, and older Victoria's Secret models, including Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. There's claims third hand about a female victim of Epstein's who wants to publish a book citing Leslie Wexner, Epstein, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, Ghislaine Maxwell is in the videos as well. And it goes on like this for a while. Some of the complaints are just like very graphic, and obviously I'm gonna censor out some of it. But I should also mention the DOJ claims that some of these claims were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false, and if they had any shred of credibility, they would have certainly been weaponized against.
no, we're not buying. We're not buying that line. I'm not buying that line. The reason they didn't bring any of this shit out is because they're just trying to protect their friends. Like it's like, oh, you could release these Epstein files, and you know, like you would have some serious dirt on Trump, but then you would have to also, you know, expose your friends who are also in the files. So like it's just this like Epstein really did create a network where all of these people were complicit or involved in some way, to the point where like if they came out and said anything about it, not only would they be viewed as like a Looney Tune or like like absolutely bonkers, but I also feel like these people maybe feared for their lives. But you know, like if everyone is in on it, it creates like this bystander effect. Like there's like this peer pressure to not come out and say anything. Now, that's not an excuse. I still think it's absolutely disgusting that people didn't come out, didn't say anything, just let this stuff happen, I guess. Here, I gotta open a window, actually. Sorry, Fred just took like a big poop, and it's so stinky, but I can't reach my window over my desk when it's like up. So I had to like lower it. Sheesh! Fred, oh my god, dude. You're all so lucky. Like y'all get to like see the cute Fred. He's so cute. I mean, like look at him sauntering over there. Oh, he's so cute. But then you don't have to smell him. Like you don't have to smell his stinky butt, because he's got a stinky butt. His butt is so stinky. It's so stinky. Whew. I'm so glad that he's on the medication though, and like makes it to the litter box now. That's really nice. What happens in Vegas mentality? Yeah, that is essentially like the mentality. It's like, like everyone, I guess, essentially felt like, well, I guess we're taking this to the grave, which like I don't think, like, if I were in a position of power, I do not think that I would be able to like how can you just let this shit happen? Like it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Like I just don't understand. I don't understand. Um like I don't know. I don't know. I guess like the systemic pressure must be insane because like I can't imagine being a real human being, being in a position of power, seeing this all happen, or being privy to it, and just like, well, nothing I can do. I guess I just have to let this all happen. It all goes back to Israel. Yeah. Look at Snowden. Look at Gary Webb. Look at JFK. Yep. 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 I think that's all. I think that's all that CoffeeZilla talked about. Yeah, we're gonna have to go to secular talk if we wanna. But let's take a break from the Epstein stuff. It's so dystopian. Hey, Fred, how you doing, buddy? How you doing, buddy? Are you proud of yourself? You took a big poop and now you're all proud of yourself? He's definitely proud of himself. He's like, "Yeah, look at me. I'm such a good boy. Took a big poop and now I'm so proud. I'm so happy because I took such a big poop." That's what he does. He takes a big poop and then he comes over here. Every time Freddy takes a big poop, he comes over here and he's so proud of himself. He wants pets. He wants love. Like, I don't know what it is, but every time he goes to the bathroom, every time he takes a big poop, he's gotta come over here and get some love and attention. I really don't understand why. It's why the people who would make the best politicians don't run for office. I firmly believe that in order to achieve any position of real power, you have to capitulate with that kind of evil. That is something that I've thought about a lot, which is like a really unfortunate state of reality. The evil people are relentless and shameless in their pursuit of power. They will abuse power. They will do anything. Welcome sheepish. They will do anything to maintain or gain power. Like they don't have a moral compass. But like so like they're like the worst kind of people to lead a country, the worst kind of people to have power, but they have sort of the inherent shamelessness that allows them to essentially be that kind of like um to be that kind of person who succeeds in a pursuit for power. But like people on the left, Democrats, or not even Democrats, just people on the left or people who are good, people who have good intentions or good goals, they don't want to abuse power. They don't want to abuse systems. They don't want to be selfish. Like generally speaking, people who have good intentions are selfless. Like they're not seeking power for themselves. And so they don't have an innate drive to like seek power, because like if we had someone who is as powerful as Donald Trump but like on the left and was like abusing power but for left things, then we would probably have like universal health care and all these other great things that we need to get, that we don't have at all, because no one who wants that kind of thing is the kind of person who pursues power. It's like this really unfortunate. It's a really unfortunate thing, um, and I don't know what to do about it. Thank you all for liking the stream. Holy crap, we're at 54 likes on YouTube. That's pretty incredible. So thank you very much for that. And yes, big shout out to Ashlyn again for all the gifted subs, for all the bits, for everything there. That's really really kind of you. Um, I sorry, I was just looking at stuff. I gotta set all that Twitch stuff up after stream. There's so much happening on there. The vaccine doesn't work follows you. Oh, is that a joke? That's got to be a joke name, right? Like you're right. Right. It's the paradox of power. People who desire power pursue it, and better choices reluctant. Yep. So He-Man was not the good guy because he had the power and used it to always beat up poor Skeletor. Oh, well, I don't know about that, but like, like that's actually kind of one of the things that is really nefarious about like media, like superhero media, or like Batman, for instance. You have this rich man who's like, oh, he's so selfless, and oh, he has power, and oh, he's like he's so awesome, and he's so cool, and he cares so much about everybody, when like that is the opposite of reality. Like in reality, the billionaires don't care about you at all. They don't care about you in the slightest, and they don't like like if there's a real life Batman, he's actually working for the bad people. He's actually working with the villains to try to make more money, because what matters to them is the money, right? And so like there's this really sort of like duplicitous thing going on where like they create this media that paints powerful people and rich people and people like with these superhuman kind of ascribed attributes as being like always the great people, right? But you know, if media were representative of real life, the people in power would be kind of horrible pieces of shit 98% of the time, and they're not. They're not. They're viewed like, you know, you look at like the Powerpuff Girls, and you have the mayor, and he's always so concerned for everybody. Like, it's just not, that's not real. In real life, Bruce Wayne definitely would have been to the island. Oh, for sure. For sure. Some progressive people did try to run, but they've been suppressed and ousted by the non-progressive outbidding the candidates. Money in politics in these elections actually seems to have less sway than it's ever had before. There are candidates on the right that keep spending absolutely insane amounts of money and getting they're still getting draxed. Like we had that one state Supreme Court justice or something that got elected where Elon Musk spent like $20 million and she got beat by a leftist. And then recently in Texas, there was a deep red district where the opponent spent like $20 million or something, got completely draxed by the Democrat in a deep red district. Hey Gwen, someone on Twitch said thoughts on Donald Trump. Let me think about that for a minute. Give me a second, and let me investigate how I feel about him.
Our leader is a stupid person.
I don't care about you. I just want your vote. I don't care.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
Hold on one second.
But now what I'm asking for is a piece of ice, cold and poorly located, that can play a vital role in world peace and world protection. It's a very small ask.
I do not like Donald Trump. I do not like Donald Trump. I think that he is a loser. He's obviously a pedophile. And he's a piece of shit. Yeah, you know, I'm not mincing words. I'm not trying to hide it. I'm not trying to vague post. I feel like it's pretty obvious if you watch my stuff at all how I feel about it. Wow, there are so many freaking things happening on Twitch all the time. It's honestly like when I look at Twitch chat, it's like it's actually a little bit overwhelming. Like restream chat's pretty chill, but I just wish people by and large weren't still so susceptible to propaganda. I thought we largely unanimously agreed that politicians lie through their rotten teeth when our own representatives. Oh, I don't know if there was a second part to that. But yeah, I agree. It's incredibly frustrating. I think people are extremely gullible. um, like, I think people that watch politics, that are involved with politics, that like care about this kind of stuff, like they are engaged, they are involved, and they don't believe the politicians. But there are a lot of people who are like normie pilled, right? And like they're the kind of people that like watch Fox News, they watch CNN, and they're just like, oh, I'm getting an accurate representation of what's going on here because I'm listening to the news, and it's their job to accurately report. Like, there are people like that, right? And unfortunately, I think the reality is that the amount of people who are clued in, who are tuned in, who are like that, it's the minority. You know, like most people are sort of normie pilled. They sort of half pay attention. They're just kind of like vibe based, right? Like they just sort of like they don't actually know what's happening, but they have like a general sense of the vibes. Like essentially they open social media and they get something recommended to them. So like either they're on the left or the right. And you know, based on what they get recommended with their algorithm, they kind of get a sense of like, oh, either I'm supposed to really like the politicians in charge or I'm supposed to really not like them. And then without looking into it at all, people tend to just like take that vibe and just move forward with it. They don't look into it. They don't have any reasoning or backing for their beliefs. They just like, you know, whatever they come to is sort of like their, yeah. Hit me up for any of that Twitch stuff if you need assistance. I might, Francine, actually, if you have experience with it, I may need help with it, but I'll look into it and see how complicated it is. In the 90s documentary about Trump, he literally said he liked young girls, but not younger than 13. Yeah, I know. It's just like that's honestly one of the most sad parts, is that there were so many signs and so many it's not like they were good at covering this up. It's not like they were like so clever and so good. It's actually really disturbing when you look back and you see how much evidence there was back in like 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012. When you look at how much evidence was available at that time, it was already like we should have looked at that stuff and been like, oh wow, this Trump guy is like bad news. Like I can't. It was so bad back then. Like we only have more and more and more confirmation of that stuff over time, and it really just goes to show that like our country is run by these people. All of the systems at this point are infected with these people, are built up by these people to perpetuate, you know, their agenda, to perpetuate their disgusting proclivities and all this stuff. It's just like it's like the whole, like honestly, like I'm getting a lot of strong feelings about how like in 2028, like we need Nuremberg trials. Like we need these people to go to trial and get locked up, and like we cannot, these people cannot be allowed to exist in society anymore. They cannot, like we need like we need to just like completely flush what's the thing that the people always say on the right, drain the swamp. Yeah, we need to drain the swamp essentially. Like we need absolutely there to be like a huge change in leadership. This is unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. And like all of these systems need to be torn down. They need to be reconstructed by people who are not pedophiles. And we need I mean, like there's so much about this that is disgusting. Like part of the reason why the way things are like US as a superpower, like the US hegemony, like all of that stuff is absolutely part of this. Like there were world leaders that, you know, like Prince Andrew and all these other people who were involved with this stuff. And you start to think about it and you're like, oh my gosh, it wasn't just like our leaders, it was also the leaders in other countries. And it's like absolutely unbelievable. So like you know, like like the Saudis were in on it, you know, obviously like Israel was in on it, Russia was in on it. I mean, so many other countries were involved with this that it's just you can't like we need we need absolutely to have completely new leadership, reboot the whole thing, like unplug and replug, turn off and turn on, system reboot. We need a new operating system. This is terrible. It's absolutely horrendous. If in 2028, if whoever the Democrats pick is like, we need to turn the page, we need to let the past be the past and move forward with love and hope in our hearts, I'm going to scream. I will start screaming and I will never stop screaming. I will scream until the screams fail to come from my lungs. Like I will have an 18-hour stream that will literally just be me screaming the entire time. I cannot I cannot believe this. So, that is the reality of the situation. I swear if the next Democrat pulls some, we have to look forward and not back. I there's yeah. Can you talk to me? No. I mean, like, you can type in my Twitch chat and I will read that. But no, you're not gonna talk. You're sad? Okay. I think it's, you know, I think it's appropriate to be sad when your country is like the head of the international um sex trafficking ring. Also, like, okay, there was an email, we didn't get to it in the actual videos. I feel bad like just listening to video content the whole time, but like there was a section of the video where um oh shit. I forgot what I was saying. Hi hi Leah. Hi Randy. Welcome. Uh oh my gosh. I just completely forgot what point I was making. The time for bipartisanship is now. Blech. Yeah, no, that would be not okay. Yeah, you know, I completely forgot what I was talking about, which is super awesome. Super awesome. We need immediate hard stop on term age limits if you are retirement age and ineligible to run. Yeah, I think so as well. Like, I mean, there's this thing that we have in our system where like people tend to believe that like if you get into power, you sort of just earned it, and then like we reelect people really really frequently. But I think we need to move away from that kind of system. Like, you should, like, this is a public service, right? Like, if you're getting elected into office, you should be doing that to serve the public. And I think that the way the system is set up encourages people to go into it as a career. And when you go into it as a career politician, you're gonna go into it in your 60s, and uh you're gonna be there in until you're 80 or 90 or die or whatever. You mentioned an email in a video. I mentioned an email in a video. Yeah, so I didn't go over it. There was an email. Gosh, there were so many emails. Honestly, like there were so many emails that like I'm having a hard time like just remembering all of the information that has come out. Like like this stuff has been so overwhelming that it's actually like hard to remember all of the specific allegations that are being made against these sex traffickers. An email in a video. Yeah, I just cannot remember what I was talking about. I think I was talking about how this was like a world issue, how like, you know, this is like international power was involved with this, and how like we need to not only remove immunities, but while mistakes and shortcomings shouldn't be punished by law, crime while in office or abusing the power of the state should be regarded uniformly as treason. No, I agreed. Agreed. I mean, like, after January 6th, we should have had trials. Like, these people should have been held accountable. Like the United States is one of the only countries in the world where you can do this kind of bullshit and get away with it. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, wasn't it South Korea where the president tried to like basically coup or whatever? Like, he tried to do essentially what Trump did, and he got like arrested and got removed from power like immediately. and we just don't have that level of accountability here in the United States, unfortunately. Like you can just go and do basically whatever horrible shit you want, and there's essentially no mechanism of enforcement or accountability for anyone who's, you know, got any amount of money. Need to limit watching all week on this slop and talk about it when intended to. Unplugging is the best for your health. Stress is a motherfucker. Yeah, no, I agree. Like it's this is a lot to consume and to keep in your brains, and so like you need to just try to manage your time as best as you can, and like stay up to date with what's going on, but also like, you know, manage your mental health. That's why, actually, that's part of the reason why I'm only doing, so for those of you who don't know, I do streams Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday is news and politics, Wednesday is gaming, Friday is something else, is like just casual, basically like just chatting streams. So I'm only talking about news and politics one day a week because my audience is getting increasingly depressed when I talk about news and politics, you know, like some people get really beat up about it, really upset about it. And I don't want my audience to hate their lives. Like I don't want my platform to be entirely about depressing all of you. I want my platform to be about news and politics, but also to be an opportunity for me to just like share life stuff and to talk about video games, talk about things I'm passionate about, so that like my platform is a little more well-rounded instead of me just being the girl who brings you all the really, really shitty news. um Audience fatigue is real. Yeah, exactly. So we try to keep things as light as possible. We didn't get the 8-hour workday or the 40-hour work week handed to us. Early modern communists and socialists fought and suffered and put their lives on the line for us to have those things today. Yeah, I agree. I agree. We have to fight for these things. We have to fight for these things. We have to get leaders. Like I think honestly the biggest thing that we have to do is we have to get new leadership queued up. We got Mom Donnie in. There have been a couple big wins. We got like this mayor in Seattle who's like pretty progressive. Like there have been some progressive candidates who are like really making moves and like getting into positions of power. But we need to lift those people up, and we need to get more people like that. We need to primary as many of these current politicians as we possibly can. And not only do we need to primary them, we need to put these people on trial. I mean, like honestly, my dream would be like 2028. We have essentially like entirely new leadership in the House and Senate, and all these people that were involved are it's like a revolving door of trials. I mean, like there are so many people involved that if they started going through all this stuff in court, it would take probably the rest of our lives to get all these people charged and all these people like dealt with, unless we put like tons of resources into it. I think one of the biggest things we still need to do is education. People need to learn to see things through an analytical and material lens rather than a narrative lens that's been crafted at hand. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, that's kind of an issue. Like critical thinking is at an all-time low. Anti-intellectualism is a big issue in America and across the world, actually. But like, it's just like it's this really. I'm a girl, Lord Oswell. Thank you for asking, I guess, even though you didn't put a question mark in there. You put 3 exclamation marks as if you are like that's the most important thing that you've ever said. Anyway, the issue with critical thinking is that it like starts, you know, with like schooling and education and stuff like that. And I mean, pretty much everyone that's out of school is already screwed. Like everyone who's already, you know, left the education system, like I don't know what we can really do. I really don't know what we can do to help these people uh get out of this like this shit that we're in. I mean, unless cultural programming changes dramatically and we get like some people who are able to like educate the public, and it's just I don't know. It's so We need to break down things like racism, tribalism, and I'm scared to say it because also dangerous, but nationalism too, especially how toxic it's becoming. Oh, of course, of course. But I mean, like, I just, like, how do you even like? That's a lot. Like, that's a big that's a lot of things to do, right? Like, that's gonna take a lot of effort to do something like that. We're in the Courage the Cowardly Dog Banana Republic City timeline. Yeah.
The things I do for love.
MAGA 7K says, "You look like a guy." Um, that's funny because, no one has referred to me as a guy in like a year or more. Like, I don't like when I go out into public, people are like, "Ma'am," you know? And when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I had no idea that you were trans until you told me." And then when I like I just, it's funny because you say that and then I have this like entirely different experience for like everyone else in my life. Like you're this one person saying this one thing and then everyone else is saying something completely different. So it almost makes me think that you're just not right. I don't know, there's something about that. There's something about that. As long as they can keep saying it's those guys over there, we're never going to get people to realize the real people who are harming all of us aren't the members of the working class. Yeah, no, I mean it's a class issue. Like it's just these rich people who are just have all this power and like honestly like that's one of the things that we're really learning about like the Epstein stuff is that power is such a corrupting force that like these people like they get into power and then they start doing all these like really weird occult disgusting things where they're messing with forces and powers that like they don't even really understand. It's absolutely it's just so fucked up. I can't like this is honestly evidence as to why we shouldn't allow anyone to be a billionaire. Like we should not let billionaires exist because like they're doing this shit. Like they're doing this kind of shit, right? Like if you get that much power, it's kind of like how like in Rome and in Greece, I think actually this was more of a Roman thing, but you have like the Roman gladiators, right? The reason why they had Roman gladiators and they had like these horrific things happening for entertainment was because like when you get to that level of power and you have that level of like in Rome there was a lot of wealth disparity, right? So like there's people in power who had a lot of money, kind of very similar to what's happening in the US. Well, those people get bored, right? Like they want someone like they want to be entertained, they want to have fun, they want to do all that stuff. Well, when you have that much power, you have that much influence, nothing really satisfies you anymore. You become desensitized to the joys of life. So instead of like buying some really good ice cream or whatever, making you happy, you have to like watch people fight to the death in a gladiatorial ring to find entertainment. Like you get so bored with the mundane nature of life because you have everything handed to you on a silver platter that you start to crave these like disgusting horrible impulses or horrible things just because they're like different, just because it's like it's not normal and it's not something that's handed to you. um it's really frustrating, but there's an inherent corrupting nature with money and power, and like I genuinely like I think it's for the good of our nation, for the soul of our nation. We need to tax these rich people. Like if you make above like maybe a couple $1,000,000 income a year, that needs to be taxed at 100%. Like we should not have billionaires. You should not like if you have that much money, you should be capped at like $999 million, and any money you make over that is just straight to the government, straight to other people, straight to like helping people have health care. Um, it's unbelievable. So I don't know honestly like I don't know what to say about all that. There's so much I did not go into. I mean honestly for time's sake. Oh, sorry, I keep like hiccuping. I'm so hungry, but I keep drinking tea and it's making my tummy feel really bad. But it's okay. So anyway, the reality of the situation is that I need to move on from this, even though we touched on like an incredibly small portion of the stuff that came out. So I encourage you to go watch like Secular Talk or go watch uh anyone else who has covered all of this stuff and go through the examples yourself, look at the evidence, look at the stuff that came out. It's wild. It's so wild. It's so wild. But I honestly like I can't keep going with it. Yeah, we're gonna go to some good news. We're gonna talk about some good news, believe it or not. And sorry, I'm getting really distracted. So just pulling something up. Fox News poll. Oh, CD Barra, welcome to the chat. And yes, thank you, Ashlyn, for the gifted subs. Again, thank you so much for that. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate you. Means a lot. Thank you for everyone for liking the stream. We got 67 likes on YouTube. That's like wild. You know, like we might be able to get to like double the amount of likes that we have viewers. Vampire Hunter, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. That really means a lot. I'm gonna try to push for partnership here, which is gonna be pretty challenging. Like that's probably gonna take me a bit of time, but I think the thing that I need more than anything is just like more concurrent viewers and more stuff. Let me think. Well, I guess I'll look at the goals after stream. If I have to stream 12 to 16 times a month on Twitch to hit the thing, I'm trying to think if I stream 3 times a week, only 12 a month. I don't know if that hits. I may have to do some extra Twitch streams to hit partner. So we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. But it's gonna take some time. Candacid, welcome. Nathan Explosion Voice. I'm in here now. I don't even know what that's a reference to be honest. I'm not gonna lie to you. By the way, so here we're gonna move on to this less stressful topic. So let me play a relevant soundboard bite.
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
Yes, let's leave the cyber stress behind. Let's leave the cyber stress behind. Dreamer, do you see what's happening here in your Twitch chat? Yes. Like what? Just I don't care. What do you what do you mean? All right. Anyway, Fox News poll. Americans prefer Democrats on transgender issues plus 22 points. Plus 22 points. Virtually every subgroup surveyed, from mothers to black voters to even rural white voters, expressed greater confidence in the Democratic Party's handling of transgender issues in the latest poll. So, God damn. Lord Oswald, you're like actually crashing out in chat. Are you okay? Like, calm down. Like, I don't even know what you're so mad about. Anti-transgender politics appears to be losing steam with American voters. I mean, this has been something I've talked about before, and this was an issue before the 2024 election. So, like, 22 points means good? Yes. So, like, in the 2024 election, Americans were already fed up with transgender issues. This was already something that people, like, if you had polled Republicans before the 2024 election, the majority of them would have said, hey, I'm really sick of hearing about trans people. I don't want to hear about trans people. I want to hear about something else. Like, I want there to be, like, I don't care, essentially, is what most Republicans said. It's like, I don't care. So that trend was already visible in November, as she said here. I should have just read ahead. When multiple candidates who centered their campaigns on anti-trans messaging were soundly defeated. Yeah, there were several politicians around the November election that ran their campaigns almost explicitly on anti-trans rhetoric and were completely defeated. Despite spending enormous sums of money on attack ads, now there is fresh evidence from an unlikely source. according to a new poll released Thursday by Fox News. This was released by Fox News. Voters say Democrats have a better approach to transgender issues by a wide margin, an outcome that suggests the years-long anti-trans panic may be finally wearing thin, at least among voters. Now, again, this is something that has already been wearing thin. It's really popular for the politicians to talk about. The politicians feel like it's part of the Republican platform that they have to hit on, but they like all of the anti-trans stuff is appealing to an incredibly small part of the Republican base. These people are like the people that care about anti-trans stuff are like religious fundamentalists, freaks who want their morality and their religion forced down everybody's throat. So like people really want there to be like no focus on anti-trans legislation. Like most people want the government to focus on things that matter to them. And so like it's very clear that people, you know, are like, yeah. So let me just keep reading. I'm sorry. Hold on. According to the latest Fox News poll, when respondents were asked which political party they believed would do a better job on transgender issues, 60% said Democrats, compared with just 38% who chose Republicans, a 22-point advantage. The result shows a growing disconnect between how political leaders frame transgender issues and how voters actually respond to them. While the public holds a wide range of views on specific questions involving bathrooms, sports, and medical care, voters appear to find the Democratic approach on transgender issues significantly more palatable than the Republican one. So here is broken down by demographics. So you can see that actually the least amenable group are white folk, which, you know, like, I'm not surprised that white people are ignorant about minority issues. What? Oh my gosh, I'm so surprised. Johanna, welcome. But oh, actually, I should be making a video about this. So let me back up a second here and let me I completely forgot to do the video intro. So grab your Men in Black memory eraser thing and like blast yourself real quick and just completely wipe your memory of the past few minutes of me talking about this, because we're gonna go through it again. Here, let me jump to face cam here so that I can do the video intro before we jump into the okay. All right. Gosh, stretching is good. Let me get a good stretch in before we mm. Okay. All right. Oh, also, let me write down the timestamp because I always forget to write down the timestamp, and like it makes my life so much harder when I don't know when the video starts. Okay. All right. Why, hello there. Oh, I forgot to put chat up on the screen. Let me put chat up on the screen, and then we will. And then there we go. All right. Why, hello there, and welcome to this video. Today, we are going to be talking about something positive. I know, that's incredible. It's a miracle. You never thought it possible, but there's been so much bad news in the news lately. It's nice to see something refreshing, something that's not completely full of black pill doomerism, like, you know, food for your doomerism. So, you know, we're gonna attempt to fight nihilism just a little bit here on this stream today, and I think that that's going to work. So in this video, we're talking about an article that came out that is generally really positive and really exciting, and I'm excited to cover it. So with no further ado, let us move forward and check out that article.
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
Okay, so here we are, and this is the article we're going to be going over today. It's from Aaron in the Morning, so big shout out to Aaron Reed. I've talked about her a lot. If you don't follow Aaron Reed, you need to be following Aaron Reed. It's she writes a lot of really, really good stuff. And if you're trans, if you're queer, and you want to stay up to date on what's going on with this stuff, I mean, like the trans rights fight is like the front line of this sort of like culture war stuff that's going on, especially for LGBTQIA Americans. And so, like, if you're queer at all, you want to stay up to date on this stuff because they're going to use these same tactics against other people. If they're able to eradicate transgenderism, which is what Matt Walsh wants and what a lot of people on the right want, then they're going to take these tactics and use them on other minorities as well. So, it's kind of that thing where it's like, hey, first they came for, trans people, and then they came for gays, and then bisexuals, and it's just that's the kind of thing that we're dealing with. So making sure that you're staying up to date on this kind of stuff is really important. Erin Reed does a lot of incredible work. She's really wonderful, really, really wonderful. Super thankful for everything she does. So here's the article. Fox News poll: Americans prefer Democrats on transgender issues, plus 22 points. Virtually every subgroup surveyed, from mothers to black voters to even rural white voters, expressed greater confidence in the Democratic Party's handling of transgender issues in the latest poll. So this came out on January 30th, just to mark that, and let's start reading this article here. Anti-transgender politics appear to be losing steam with American voters. That trend was already visible in November when multiple candidates who centered their campaigns on anti-trans messaging were soundly defeated. So we're going to pop over to this real quick, and I don't know if y'all remember this, but in 2024, there were a couple people who tried to run on extreme anti-trans messaging, and they were completely destroyed. And so, like, back in November even, there was polling too that came out where they polled voters and they asked people, hey, what do you care about? What matters to you? What's going on here? And unfortunately, Republicans continued to focus on this despite it being an unpopular issue. Like, most voters said, like, hey, I don't really care about this anti-trans stuff. I care about, like, affordability. I care about healthcare. I care about all of that shit way more than I care about trans people. So please stop talking about trans people. And then the Republican politicians said, got it. We will not take your advice, and we will do literally anything else. So they just kept going. They just kept going with it. It's a part of the Republican platform. Republican politicians have an idea of the things they need to talk about. And they're like, okay, I got to talk about immigrants. I got to talk about trans people. I got to talk about, like, they have their culture war topics that they got to hit, right? And it's actually probably good for us that they've continued to focus on this, despite there being some horrible shit that has happened during this administration, some extreme bigotry, and some really, really, really horrible shit. Like I talked about the military ban. I interviewed a service member who lost her 20-year career. She was in the military for 20 years and lost her entire career because of the military ban that Trump instated. That's like, obviously I've covered like passport issue. I mean, there's so many things that have happened that have been, like the loss of care for a lot of youth in the country. It's all happened, and it's all been really bad. But the focus on this stuff has only made people less and less interested in hearing about it. And if anything, the hyperfixation by Republicans has really come across to the public as this like creepy obsession. Like it's kind of like what happened with gay people after like same-sex marriage was legalized, and after like things sort of happened there. A lot of people kind of got this mentality of like, why are you so obsessed with gay people? Like even if you were like Republican, there were generally a lot of people who were like, yo, like if you're talking about gay people all the time, like why are you so obsessed with gay people? Like we need to move past this issue. We kind of need to move away from this issue because it's culturally unpopular, and it kind of just like weirds people out that you care so much about it, right? That's kind of where we're heading with transgender issues. I kind of feel like after Donald Trump is out of power, there are going to be a lot of people who try to pick up his platform and run with it. And I think that focusing on transgender Americans or focusing on trans issues for anyone other than Donald Trump is going to be a big L. It's going to be a huge problem for them, and they're going to have to drop that from their messaging campaigns because it's just not going to be sustainable after Trump. Trump is the only person who can do this because he's got this like hyper charisma that allows him to like do the most unpopular things ever, do things that would destroy other people, and he just gets away with it. So, now there is fresh evidence from an unlikely source, according to a new poll released by Fox News. This poll was released by Fox News. Voters say Democrats have a better approach to transgender issues by a wide margin, an outcome that suggests the years-long anti-trans panic may be finally wearing thin, at least among voters. I think it has been wearing thin, and it's only wearing more thin. Like, people are only getting more fed up with hearing about this shit and dealing with this shit. And so they're really starting to push to the other direction. They're saying, if these creeps want to focus on all of this stuff, I'm just gonna like go do my own thing. Like I'm gonna go not talk about these trans people. So according to the latest Fox News poll, when respondents were asked which political party they believed would do a better job on transgender issues, 60% said Democrats, compared with just 38% who chose Republicans, a 22-point advantage. The result shows a growing disconnect between how political leaders frame transgender issues and how voters usually respond to them. While the public holds a wide range of views specifically on specific questions involving bathrooms, sports, and medical care, voters appear to find Democrats' approach on transgender issues significantly more palatable than Republican ones. And honestly, like, I'm going to be so real with all of you. The reason why normies prefer Democrats is because Democrats don't talk about trans people. That's it. Like, I'm going to be so real with you. Like, they hear Republicans talk about it and they're like, can you just shut the hell up about it? Can you just like leave this alone? Can you just like shut up about the trans people and talk about something else? Whereas the Democrats are afraid to stand up for trans people. Like, the Democrats, most of them refuse to mention trans people at all. And so, like, generally speaking, a lot of normies probably, prefer Democrats because they hear about it less from Democrats, if I'm being so real with you. And that's why I'm a big proponent of, like, I would like trans rights to be a part of the Democrats' platform, and it's something that we need to push for, and it's something that we need to get written and codified into law. But I don't want Democrats spending like huge parts of their speeches talking about trans people. Like, I don't want Democrats continuing the hyperfixation on trans people. I want them to include us in their platform, include us in their efforts to, like, get our rights codified into law, but I don't want them to like hyperfixate and talk about us constantly and like try to play this like culture war thing. Like, if anything, I would like there to be Democrats who essentially try to reframe this and say, like, everyone deserves healthcare. That includes transgender people. So we're gonna pass this law that allows transgender people to access care because they deserve to access care the same way as cis persons. Like, we're titling this the Equal Medical Care for Americans Act or something. Like, it doesn't mention trans people at all. It literally just says, like, everyone deserves healthcare. This was actually something that worked in Ohio, and it was kind of funny is this was passed by Republicans. There was a bill in Ohio that was passed by Republicans. I can't remember exactly what. I think it was actually put into the state constitution. I think it was actually like an amendment put into the state constitution. But essentially, what it says is that, like, everyone in Ohio deserves healthcare. The government is not allowed to do anything that gets in the way of an Ohioan getting healthcare. And that justification was used to block certain anti-trans measures that essentially passed in Ohio. So, like, there's an aspect of the state constitution where it's like, hey, we have this thing, this like libertarian sort of like bill that was passed by Republicans that essentially says, don't tread on me. And it was passed during when like the ACA stuff kind of came to be, the Affordable Care Act and Obamacare or whatever, when that all started out and when that came to be, the reason why they wrote this bill in Ohio, or this constitutional amendment, or whatever it is essentially like a response to the Affordable Care Act, to try to say that, like, oh, you can't dictate who gets healthcare and who doesn't get healthcare as the government. Only insurance companies and or whatever are able to do that. But it ended up, like, again, it ended up working against them, where essentially that was used to say, hey, you can't pass this anti-trans crap because we have an amendment that says here that any single American is allowed to have access to healthcare, and you're not allowed to get in the way of that. All right, so anyway, we're looking at these graphs here. You can see by demographics how things are broken down here. And what's kind of funny, not funny, but like, I'm sure you saw this coming, but like the whites are the people who are like the least amenable, of course, like the people who, hold power in the power dynamic, don't understand. But of course, other minority groups have like more favorability towards trans issues, and less trust for the Republicans. Because, I mean, let's be real. If you're a Black American, hold on one second, I gotta clear my throat. Let's be real. If you're a Black American and you trust the Republicans on trans issues, like, you're just kind of being dumb. Like, you're just kind of being dumb, because there's no way that you should look at what they say about a different minority group and be like, oh yeah, I trust these hateful, bigoted individuals with this specific minority group, but not this other minority group. It's definitely something that I think is obvious, but yeah. Hydrate soon, please. Yes, I actually need to drink some water. That's a good idea. Believe it or not, talking for 2 hours is like hard. So the breakdown among key demographics was even more striking. Black voters were among the strongest supporters of the Democratic Party's approach, with 71% siding with Democrats compared to 28% favoring Republicans, a staggering 43-point margin. Every age group favored Democrats over Republicans, but support was strongest among voters under 45, where 65% backed Democrat policies versus 35% for Republicans, a 30-point gap. Even self-identified moderates broke heavily towards Democrats, with 63% supporting the Democrat platform compared to 32% backing the Republicans, a 31-point margin that underscores how broadly anti-trans messaging appears to be backfiring beyond the party base. And, like, honestly, what this really showcases very clearly is that, like, the bigots are not evenly distributed between different groups. The bigots are concentrated primarily with, like, rural white older voters. Like, I've talked about this many times, but I believe that the percentage of people who are genuinely super bigoted against trans people it's very small. People tend to, like, there's a lot of people that tend to think that all Republicans are like super hateful bigots and like super anti-trans, but that's actually not the case at all. And in fact, this stuff is really unpopular to a lot of Republicans, and the reason why the politicians focus on it is to cater to their like ultra white ultra right, I mean, like, honestly, the same difference, right? But like, they're trying to cater to this part of their base that cares about this stuff, but it's a very small part of the Republican base. It's not a huge part of their voter base. Perhaps most striking, voters typically assumed to lean Republican still favored. Sorry, I'm gonna restart that one. Perhaps most striking, voters typically assumed to lean Republican still favored Democrats on trans issues. As expected, urban and suburban voters backed Democrats by wide margins, roughly 30 points, but rural voters also broke in the Democrats' favor. Even there, Democrats held a 10-point advantage. That shift suggests Republicans may be losing an advantage that they long believed they held, based largely on assumptions about prejudice in rural areas. Notably, Democrats even led among white rural voters, 51 to 45%, indicating that the edge persists among groups often considered central to the Republican base. Yeah, so like what this is saying essentially is that half of all rural voters are not transphobic. Like they honestly prefer what the Democrats do. Again, probably mostly because they don't talk about trans people. Like Democrats just mostly have been extremely quiet on it. But yeah. Let me read a little bit of chat. Republicans are just honest about Israeli genocide. I don't know about that. The loudest voice is typically a lot smaller than what the volume would suggest. Yeah, exactly. Hello, big toaster oven. Or big hello, toaster oven. Hello. Money can buy a megaphone, but not the thought of the. Oh my gosh. Money can buy a megaphone, but not the thought of the subject matter being spoken through it. That is true. That is true. Okay, so now it's broken down by religion. Democrats also performed. I'm having such a hard. Like reading articles is hard. Democrats have also performed surprisingly well across most religious groups. They held an edge among Catholics, including white Catholics, as well as Protestants. While those margins were narrower than other demographics, about a 16-point advantage among Catholic voters, they are notable given that Trump carried many of these groups comfortably. Even among evangelical Christians, one of the few constituencies that still leaned Republican on transgender issues, support for the Democratic approach was substantial, with 41% siding with Democrats. These numbers do not appear to be aberrations. Instead, they point to a growing problem for the Republican Party that has increasingly elevated anti-transgender policies into a central political strategy, pouring tens of millions of dollars into anti-trans advertising. That investment has not paid off. In places like Virginia and New Jersey, and in school board races across the country, Republicans were decisively defeated when targeting transgender people became a defining priority. Far from being a political liability, supporting transgender people may increasingly be an electoral asset. Democrats, if they choose to recognize it, can run openly on their supportive stances and on exposing the cruelty of the Republican policy and be rewarded by voters for doing so. Now, I'm not going to lie, a small amount of disagreement here. I do think that Democrats should be more open about their support, and I do think that Democrats should like definitely be supportive of trans people and like be supportive of passing laws that like, you know, codify rights and stuff. Like I think of course that kind of stuff, but I do think that like Democrats need to like actually learn about the issue. If you ever watch Democrats talk about trans Americans, it becomes very clear that they don't actually know anything about it. Like they hear some stuff on Twitter or they hear some stuff online from social media, but most people on the left here, most Democrats have spent exactly zero effort trying to learn about trans people and trying to figure out like what the correct stances are. And honestly, like what I want is I want Democrats to be more principled about their stances on equal rights, but I don't want them to hyper fixate on it so much. Like I want them to spend more time talking about class solidarity, really. It's like for their actual messaging platform, I'm not sure that I want them to focus on trans rights as much. Like I think I just want them to focus on class solidarity, and then as a part of class solidarity, you know, trans people deserve to live lives that are good, and so we pass laws that protect people, which inherently protects trans people, right? Like I don't know. It just I'm not sure that I want Democrats focusing entirely on that. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Chicagoland. I just it's not relevant to the topic of the video. So here we are, and we are going to talk about this topic just a little more because I think that this is good news. I'm happy to see it, and I just I wanted to discuss how like the bigotry gets tiring over time. The bigotry gets really exhausting for people. And like as we saw in that article, the only group that preferred Republicans over Democrats were the evangelical Christians. And that is exactly the point that I was trying to make, is that like the reason why they have kept this stuff in the base for as long as they have, like the reason why the anti-trans stuff is still a huge part of the Republican platform, it's because these evangelical Christians have an like they have like sort of like an outsized influence on the Republican Party. The Republicans feel like they have to cater to evangelicals, even though it's not popular anymore. Like, for instance, we can look at the abortion issue. If you look at abortion, there are a lot of Republicans who are pro-choice, you know, or not pro-choice, sorry, anti-choice. They are quote unquote pro-life, which is really just anti-choice. And so like if you look at the abortion issue, it's very, very clear that a lot of these Republicans feel like they have to be on the wrong side of the abortion issue because their evangelical Christian base wants them to be on that side of the thing. Like if you look at America, like polling in general, most Americans support a woman's right to choose. Most Americans support having abortion rights. It's just a small subsection of the Republican base, the evangelicals, who are strictly opposed to that. So it's really more that the Republican Party is audience captured by these people than it is that like, you know, anyone actually cares about this. And the reason why I think it's important to talk about this is because as trans people or as minority groups, like, you know, if you're a part of the queer community or if you're a part of any minority group, it's easy to feel like everyone is against you, and it's easy to feel like a lot of people on the right care about this stuff, and it's easy to feel like you know, they do some anti-trans stuff and you're like, "Oh, every Republican must agree with this. Every Republican must be okay with this." And in a sort of like tacit kind of way, yeah, they are okay with it. Like a lot of these people aren't going to do anything to stop it, but like it's not like a motivating part of their engagement with politics. A lot of these people do not want trans people to be a big focus of like political campaigns, and they don't want trans people to be like what is discussed and what is going on. So yeah, I think this is important. I know that my take might be a little unpopular with me saying that like I'm not sure how much I want Democrats to like message about trans people. Like I definitely think they need to signal strong support, but they don't need like let me just use Mamdani as an example, as I have so many times in recent history. So Mamdani put out a video that is extremely pro-trans. Like he made basically an entire video talking about Stonewall and talking how important it is to protect queer Americans, and he did so much, like he made so much goodwill from this video. Like honestly, it was incredible. I cried watching it because seeing genuine support for trans people, that's not like he didn't hedge. He didn't like, well, maybe we need to talk about this. No, he didn't do any of that. Like he just straight up said, these are people, they deserve rights, they deserve to live a good life, they deserve to have health care. Like he was just extremely clear that like we are not moving backwards on this issue. We are going to stand strong. I'm pretty sure that is the only time Mamdani really talked about trans people. He didn't talk about them in his campaign speeches. Like he didn't talk them, us. He didn't talk about us in his campaign speeches, like basically often at all. He didn't like talk about us all the time because he's not focused on the culture war bullshit. Like he's focused on the real issues for American citizens that people care about, like affordability, housing, insurance, that kind of stuff. And like that's what I want from a politician. I want them to be very clear on where they stand in support and in solidarity for my community and for people that like, you know, are suffering. But I also want them to, you know, just really focus on the important issues, like focus on the class stuff, because that's the root of this issue. That is the root of the problem, where like they want us to focus on this culture war slop. They want us to focus on these culture war fights because it distracts from the Epstein stuff. It distracts from the class warfare that they're pitting all of the poor people in the country against each other, so that we don't realize that the billionaires and these rich people are doing like the most horrific things possible right in front of our very eyes, and there's no accountability. Like these people have no accountability for doing like horrendous horrendous things. So, yeah, I just wanted to share this. It's good news. It's really good news, and it's sort of signals to me that my intuition on the subject has been correct all along. That like this is not something people actually care about. Like sort of like anti-trans rhetoric sort of just got like brought along for the ride for like the whole Trump era, and if anything, in the long run, it might actually end up being good for us. And I know that sounds absolutely crazy to say out loud right now, but the reality of it is that there's more information and awareness of trans people than there have ever been in American culture. Like that more people know about trans people than ever before. They have absolutely succeeded in putting a cultural spotlight on us. But that also means that the opportunity for education is like monumental. It's like people know that trans people exist, and the more they hear from the right wing, the more they realize that like, okay, this is just like rank bigotry. Like these people are just like insane conspiracy theorists. Like all of the transvestigating of like the French second or first lady or whatever, all of the hyperfixation on transvestigating every politician, every celebrity, all of this stuff is deeply disturbing to most people, and most people do not care about it. And so like it really just like it's like what Tim Wall said. These people are weird. These people, they're so weird having this like extreme obsession with other people's lives and choices and whatever. Um and honestly, like I think Americans are going to move past it, and not only are they going to move past it, but if anything, they're going to come out on the right side of the issue, where we are going to come out with people saying like we're going to come out of this era, and people are going to say like, yeah, that anti-trans stuff was kind of dumb. You know, there are going to be a lot of people who are like, oh, I was never in favor of that anti-trans stuff, even though it's going to be like, you know, people that were on the fence were gonna be like, oh, I've always been supportive of trans people. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this. Some good news for everybody. A little bit of hopium to keep you going through the day. Like there's a lot of bad stuff happening right now, but it's not all bad. And if anything, I think we need to start considering that like we need to do everything possible to try to make this moment useful to us and to take political action that will allow us to essentially um, come out of this moment with momentum, with clarity, and with a platform that will win and deliver. The damage of the Roberts Supreme Court rulings is going to take 40 plus years to claw back. Give us fair priced healthcare or fair priced property, or just provide basic needs for everybody. Less politicians like Newsom and Schumer, more like Mamdani. Don't focus on minorities, but acknowledge us. Focus on societal changes that lift all boats. Stop bailing out companies, failing to keep profits viable. Pro-lifers are allowed until you are born. They may raise you, but most will turn on that life choice if you cannot fend for yourself in a society that is built to keep kicking you to the curb. Yeah, or if you don't fit their prescriptive for like what like how you should live. It's like the small minority of the right are being the most outspoken. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They love simple narratives and propaganda lines. That's just how I feel. No, yeah, people on the right and evangelicals do love that. The evangelicals never got the message. The propaganda by the Hunt family modeled some of these wackos for years. Anti-trans party is ideological, not following polling. Dems need to support trans rights ideologically, not just when the polling supports it. Exactly. That is kind of a big issue with the Democrats, is that, you know, they're hot and they're cold. They're left of it, they're right, they're in, they're out. Like they constantly have to like stick their finger up and check the air to see which direction the wind is blowing before they can respond to a question. And like that is a severely pathetic thing. Like I don't trust the Democrats to actually stand up for trans rights or queer rights at all, because they're not principled on it. They don't care. They're only gonna do what they think will get them elected and what they think will be popular, which is like this really inhuman thing that they do. As a cis man and a socialist, I find Democrats' claim of supporting equal rights to ring extremely hollow. It is extremely hollow. It's extremely unserious, and they've done absolutely nothing to back up that claim. Like, honestly, that's one thing that, like, people talk about. They're like, oh, yeah, well, Trump got elected, so, like, if Kamala got elected, things would be better. Like, I don't know. I think that maybe if Kamala had gotten elected, they would have just, like, the bad stuff would have just happened later. Like, I don't think that Kamala would have actually, like, passed protections into law for trans people or queer people, which is what we need. Like, Biden literally just wrote an executive order, day one, wrote an executive order and was like, there we are. I did it. I saved all the minorities. I saved all the queer people. Everyone's saved. Congratulations. I wrote an executive order saying that you're protected. It's like, okay, but, like, literally any Republican can just like, repeal that shit the second they get into office. Like, it's not, these executive orders are not accomplishing anything. Like, you are not delivering on a campaign promise by just making some executive order and then never talking about it again or never trying to push something into law. It's absolutely it's so stupid. And I'm pretty sure the next Democrat is going to do the same thing. They're going to get into office and they're going to just do something really like they're going to just basically like virtue signal and say like, "Oh, don't worry, I got you. Let me put into effect this executive order that will get removed in 4 years so that we can have this rubber banding effect where everyone is just constantly losing rights and then getting them back and then losing rights and then giving them back." I don't know. I'm not hopeful about the leadership right now for 2028. I think some things need to dramatically change before 2028 is sort of like a hopeful bid. Right now, with the current candidates that we have, I just don't think that a single one of them is going to be appropriate for the time and what we need from a politician. So we'll see, but it just really does not feel like they are going to succeed. Anyway, I'm going to keep this video as short as I can, which is not very short, but it's going to be not an hour long, so at least there's that. Anyway, uh, yeah, yeah. We're gonna go ahead and wrap things up. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like on it. That would help me out a bunch. You can subscribe, and you can also pop into stream and be a part of the stream. Wow, like we have people here, people are hanging out. I'm on Twitch and I'm on YouTube. I'm live right now, so you can be a part of recording this video or recording any of my videos if you come to my streams, which are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Monday we talk about news and politics. Wednesday we do gaming, and Friday we do sort of just like a just chatting thing going on, right? So for people in stream, this is the end of the video. This is not the end of the stream, so please do not leave yet. But for everyone in the video, this is going to be the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and do my Patreon shout out. Sorry, I'm trying to get everything pulled up right now. I had to restream on accident, and so I sort of just lost chat. All right, let me get this. One second. Pulling up Patreon. You'll remind me later? Okay. So I have a Patreon, and a lot of people support me on there, which I'm very appreciative of. Let me try again. So I have a Patreon, and people support me on there, which I'm super thankful about. Thank you to everyone who has been donating money or contributing on the Patreon. You really make this possible. I could not be doing it without you. You'll see names popping up on the screen right now. I have my Patreon linked in my description of all my videos and stuff, which You can actually also see all my other socials in there as well if you want to like follow me on Instagram or Twitch or whatever. I finally went through and took all my links and I just pasted them in the description of my stuff. So yeah, you can go to any of my recent content and we will definitely have links for you there in the description of the videos. Please follow through to those. I've got a Discord. We've got like a daily news update in there. We've got a lot of friendly community. We've got a lot of awesome people in the Discord. If you want to join, that would be super great. I try to chat in there as much as I can. I'm pretty busy though, so it's a little bit hard for me. But yeah, we got a lot of friendly people. I don't run the Discord directly. But you know, you can click through and join and get in there. And I would encourage that if possible for you. You can see my content shared in there. I share like my Instagram posts. I share my streams in there, my videos, all that great, wonderful stuff. So anyway, now I want to shout out my super supporters. These are like my top tier supporters. Honestly, like they contribute the most to my channel, and I could not be doing this without them. These are some incredible people who do not need to be doing as much as they're doing, but they are, and so they deserve a shout out at the end of my videos. We have Sleepy Kayla, Art, Katie Starr, William the Conqueror, Jean Farre. I'm just gonna go with that. Mark Leblonsky, Gwen Vaughn, Kendra Brooks, Andrea Uhara, Kira, Sophie's Left Florida, Ultraviolet Vadu, Cassidy, Kate, Fiona Dobson, Cal Fiore, Jasmine Wilson, Maddie, Trisha Pizafred, Katie Bug, Sarah J. Buck, Nikki Notel, Sarah, Sam Howard. So thank you all so very much. Every time I open my Patreon and I see the people there, it makes me so happy. It's kind of like overwhelming sometimes because like I can't believe that it's actually real, but it is real. And like I'm here full time now on YouTube. This is my job now. So please help support me. That would mean a lot because I would like to survive off of streaming and content creation and stuff. It would be cool if I could do more of this, if I could just like have like a full schedule and release videos and stream, and maybe eventually I could get big enough to, I don't know, do some like actual things with news and politics. I have a lot of like really interesting ideas that I think would be helpful to people, like ways to motivate people into political action on the left. I think that's severely lacking on the left. And if I could grow my channel, like I'm not really interested in being rich. So like if I made a lot of money here on YouTube or streaming or whatever, I would be very, very inclined to pump a bunch of that money into like a some sort of like political action system or something that like we have nothing like that on the left. On the right, there's tons of money, there's tons of organization. If you want to get politically involved on the right, you just like basically raise your hand and they like put you in a cannon and they just like blast you uh into like the political activities sphere or whatever. That didn't make any sense, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, the point is, while I'm rambling, the video is going to come to an end right now. Stream is going to keep going. If I grow, would like to do more than I'm currently doing as a content creator, because being a content creator is useful, but it's not that useful. So anyway, that's all the point that that's what I was trying to say. That's the point I was trying to make. I'm rambling, and I'm going to stop rambling so that the video is going to end and you all can move on with your life and your day. Again, please hit the like, subscribe, help share my content out to your friends or whoever. It would really help me out a lot to try to get the channel more views and try to get things going here. I'm really fighting the algorithm because it doesn't really like me after I took a break, but it seems like it's starting to work with me a little bit. So let's hope that this video does well. Anything you can do to help with the algorithm would be really helpful to me. And yeah, I hope you all have a great one. And the last thing I want to remind you to do is to drink water, which I need to do because I'm like losing my voice or something. Anyway, thank you and goodbye. Okay, so that was the video. Let me write down what was the end. It ended, yeah, it's gonna be like a 40-minute video. I'm gonna try to cut some of that out, especially some of the more rambly stuff. 2-hour, 30-minute end. Good video? Thanks. I feel like I'm a little more rambly when I'm doing stream stuff. Videos posted on non-stream days? Yes. Yeah. That video will probably get posted tomorrow. I actually got to figure that out. I got to get I have like a laptop and I'm going to try to actually maybe I'll try to edit this on my laptop. But then I have to upload it to Google Drive. Oh, maybe I'll just edit it. I'll probably just edit it like right after stream. That's probably what I'll do. I'm going to start pumping ads, by the way. So ads are going to get pumped in and I'm also going to take a very quick break. So stream is going to go on for a little bit longer here, but I am going to take a short break, very brief break. Upload and timed release. Yeah, that's normally what I do. That's normally what I do. So I'm popping in ads. I'm going to hit the start break button and we'll show ads applicable to users. Okay, I'm going to hit 3 minutes. I can always end it early. So 3 minutes, start. Okay, so we're on a break officially. Remember to hit the like button, join the Discord, do all that wonderful stuff. I'll be back in just a couple minutes. And yeah, see you all in a second. I'm trying to think of a soundboard clip to play before I I got so many clips. I got so many soundboard things and I don't even know what to play.
Baking pancakes, making bacon pancakes. Take some bacon and I'll put it in a pancake. Bacon pancakes, that's what it's gonna make. Bacon pancakes.
That one was really quiet. I was looking at that sound. It was honestly really quiet. I might have to like all right, anyway, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Okay. I am back. So Ashlyn says, sometimes I wonder if a catheter would be beneficial for streamers. Yeah. No, I think it would be, but I feel like I would feel really weird about that. It would definitely be easier to stream nonstop without having to do anything. Whoa. If I can read all that without, okay. Big tomato, basil pasta, pacifist, pelican, presumptuous, perpendicular, paradise, Pontiac, Grand Prix, Nitro Zeus. If you read all this without messing up, you get a gold star. Do I get a gold star? Frenny gonna jump up and start typing away. Yeah. You just pause suddenly and stare blankly. That would be weird. Yeah, that, ew. 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 That makes me think about a very particular person, our president, who may or may not wear diapers and may or may not regularly have go-go time while sitting in cabinet meetings. Look, streamers should wear both adult diapers and catheters. Yeah, exactly. We don't deserve breaks. We're not real humans. We don't deserve we don't deserve the joy of breaks and solitude. Did anyone get ads while I was gone? Anyone get any ads while I was gone? I would assume so, because the viewership went down a little bit, but it also goes down every time I'm not like actively talking. Swap out a filler stream of reading comments as a break segment. Yeah. Yeah. Now we know why he wears a diaper. The male victim commented about this. Oh, I actually don't know what. I don't know what. Oh, not on Twitch. Sorry. On YouTube. The ads only go out on YouTube. Well, I mean, I'm sure ads go out on Twitch, but I don't have any control over it. I have control over the YouTube ads though. Meow. Freddy. Hey Fred. How you doing, bud? Yeah. Are you a cute boy? Are you a good cute boy? It's funny because I go upstairs and he follows me up there because he can't. He's worried that I'm not gonna come back. You know, he's like, "What are you doing?" No, he's just bunting me because he's a cute boy. Aren't you a cute boy, Fred? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love you. He definitely did take a big dump in the Oval Office during a press briefing. Yeah, I've heard a lot of stories that he was really, really, really stinky all the time. And probably because he go-goes very often on himself. Normally I wouldn't want to kink shame, but if he's doing that in front of the nation. Yeah. Yeah, like I'm not trying to normalize kink shaming, but oh, I'm hungry. I am so hungry. Technically, so like I woke up at like 9:40, which is way later than I wanted to wake up, but I like PM, by the way, PM. And I have not eaten since then. Normally I eat something when I get up, but lately I've been waking up and then I just like get on stream and I don't even like I get up and I like rush to get ready and I get on stream, which is like really not good. I need to like wake up a little sooner so that I can do stuff. My lips are so chapped. It's honestly tragic. I put on chapstick before stream, but all the talking really like dries out your lips and stuff. Like you can probably see it in the video and stream and stuff. Unfortunately. And you're too old to wipe and don't know how to use a bidet. Ew. I'll kink shame if I want to. Kink shaming is my kink. Don't kink shame me. Ah! You've trapped me in a perfect puzzle. I can't get out. Gosh, I am so hungry. I'm gonna like I also need to do my injection. I was supposed to do my injection at midnight and it's now 2 a.m. here. Uh and I actually have to go grab needles from someone because I'm like out and I was gonna go get some yesterday, but then I like fell asleep and I like slept instead of going to get needles. So I'm not gonna inject. It's gonna be like 3 hours late. Ads right out to it. Yes. Thank you. I am clicking the add button with a level of frequency. And I mean, Riverboat Jack is live, right? Like that's definitely an option. Let me pull up streams here and see if I can find someone to raid. Quit and YouTube. Girl, take care of yourself. Yeah, I need to take care of myself. That's definitely something I need to do. Did y'all hear about Markiplier? His movie coming out. His movie came out and he like did really well. Good for him. He seems like a cool guy. I don't really know much about Markiplier, but he seems like a nice guy. He seems like a nice guy. I don't even know what to do here. Let me just yeah, I mean, I guess let me see if I'm is Riverboat Jack the only person I'm subscribed to that's live right now? Okay. Oops. Oh yeah, I have it muted for you guys. Okay, good. Fred, you're so stinky. He just took another big poop in the litter box. He's so stinky. So stinky. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Buh. Mark Pliers, what? Oh, I just saw a video on my YouTube feed about that. And I was like, "Oh yeah, he did a really apparently good job with the movie." I haven't seen it or anything, but it's doing well. And okay, I found YouTube streamer. Let me find Twitch streamer. Freddy's just like demanding attention. I can't Oh my gosh, I never even talked about the title of the stream. I just realized I saw my stream and I just realized I never talked about it. Holy shit, chat. Wow, that's really funny. Talk about leading you on. So one of the things that we never talked about is that Epstein met with the guy who like invented 4chan. Like I think his name was like Moot or something or whatever. But like Epstein met with the inventor of 4chan, and after they met, the politically incorrect board got created. So like literally as as I can't get the thing. After they met, the politically incorrect board got made on 4chan. So, like, if you don't know anything about that, the 4chan politically incorrect board is like the birthplace of the alt-right. Like, that's where most of these like neo-Nazi, like right-wing nut jobs got their brain rot from. And like that was a direct result of Epstein. Like, literally, Epstein is like the father of the alt-right. And isn't that kind of wild? Like that the alt-right is actually currently trying to say that Epstein is base. Like they're trying to say like there's all these people like Nick Fuentes and stuff who are trying to say that Epstein is based. Well, like, isn't that one of the most successful psyops of all time? That like these people are literally like it's absolutely unbelievable. Like I don't even know how to talk about it. Like Epstein created the alt-right, and now the alt-right is creating all of this apologia for like for Epstein. It's just like wow, that really worked. That really worked. He really did turn a bunch of young Americans into like Nazi pedophiles. He really did do that. He really did do that. Like, he literally created the alt-right. So, you know, if you're a part of the alt-right, congratulations. Epstein is like your daddy. He's your daddy. Oh, I don't have the soundboard turned on. Hold on.
They loved me. They called me daddy, right? Last time.
Well, they're calling Epstein daddy now, buddy, because Epstein is like the true like leader of the alt-right. Like he's the brain behind it. So all right. We are going to hop into a different stream. And we are going to raid said stream. And then I'm going to probably get out of here because I have to go do my injection and edit this video and eat some food. I've got all sorts of stuff I got to do. Just one more shout out for my links. I got links in my descriptions of my stuff. So I wonder if they see him as a martyr. Anyone who's like a genuine pedophile, probably. Honestly, I actually think a lot of these people view Epstein as like the fall guy for it. Like there's rumor or like there's information that kind of hints that like this stuff is still happening. There's still this international sex trafficking ring. Like it didn't die when Epstein died. And if anything, they're actually trying to use Epstein as like the fall guy for it so that it never gets brought up again. Like that's why you get this stuff where like Trump is like, are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? Which is actually a thing I need to get for my soundboard. But like they're trying to make it seem like this was only an Epstein thing and it's not happening anymore, and like that's the end of it. Like it's all over. It's all over. But
they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Yeah, they don't understand that like people care about this and that like Freddy's just like trying really desperately to crash stream. Aren't you, buddy? Aren't you? You're desperate for attention. You're gonna die if you don't get all the attention. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh my gosh. You goober. You goober boy. He's gotta sniff everything on my desk. Okay. So let's go over to I have a couple streams. Like I don't know who any of these people are. Here, let me jump over here. Window capture. I don't know who this person is. Know nothing attorney. Debate a lefty attorney. Okay, here. I'm gonna unmute this real quick.
Find this shit.
Oh, that's really quiet. What is going on here? The only people with PDS are MAGA. I mean, true.
What is this?
The left after Trump has been over.
African Contract Solutions. This is not helpful.
Yeah, I don't know what the
Am I
heck.
missing like
What is he talking about?
a document on this website?
So this is Riverboat. On YouTube. I don't know. Like there's YouTube and there's Twitch, right? So like y'all can raid whoever you want. Or is there a way that I can specifically raid this dude on Twitch? Is that like a thing that you can do? Raid channel, quick actions. I don't have an option to raid. Like I can't actually raid anyone. At least it won't let me. Like I have a button down here, but it's like grayed out. /raid username here. Okay, hold on. Let me see if that works. Raid. All right. Yeah, we'll try rating this guy. Did I? Oh, the raid has been created. Okay. So I created it. I don't know. I don't know if we have to do anything. Timer is
The
going.
contractor shall collect, segregate, store, manage, recover, and dispose of non-hazardous
8
solid
viewers
waste,
are ready to raid.
generally
Oh, okay.
recognized
Let me
as
hit
garbage or
raid
general
now.
refuse. When activated as workload, the contractor shall dispose of non-hazardous waste using an approved non-hazardous incinerator. That's not for medical waste. There we go. The contractor shall collect, store, and manage regulated medical waste. When activated as workload, the contractor shall dispose of medical waste using an approved medical waste incinerator using a trained operator. Operator must be licensed and/or certified. The contractor shall dispose of medical waste using an approved and regulated medical waste incinerator. The contract's incinerator operators are trained on proper. So yeah, it's official. They are building concentration camps with incinerators on site for medical waste disposal. Oh, wow. Leah Passaniti, thank you. Welcome in.
Wow, he like actually said my name like
y'all are catching me at the tail end, but I am happy to have everybody here. We were just covering that the Trump administration is buying up sites for 10,000 person tent city concentration camps across the country, and those concentration camps are to contain medical waste incinerators, which, if you know anything about what happened at Alligator Alcatraz, does not bode well for the future of our country.
I see. Yeah, that is really dystopian.
It's incredibly dystopian, Leah.
Great. Great. Okay, well, I'm gonna end my stream on Twitch.
Reading that, I had to sit in silence for a good long while.
Yeah. That's pretty.
I was about to tear up.
Pretty fucked up.
That's rough.
It's like the CCOT stuff where they have reports of
and somebody asked me
incinerators.
for evidence that this was the case, so I went onto the sam.gov
All right,
website myself.
I'll see
We pulled
you
up an official
all. Oh wait,
sam.gov contract.
Hold on. So we have over here on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, just go ahead and jump over to Riverboat Jack. I'll post the YouTube link. Can I post links into my YouTube chat, or does it not let me? Wait, well, of course I can. I post my link tree. Yeah. So if you're over on YouTube, pop over to Riverboat Jack stream and just basically say that you're rating from Leah, from Miss Passanetti, and then we are going to
hi right now
end
after
that
because of
feel
the
free to
lack
jump in
of
there.
fossil fuels, which is why we need.
I did. It's saved already. Boy. Well, that being said, before I do my usual sign off, does anybody have anyone that they would like me to raid? I don't even know how many people I got in chat right
He's literally ending. That's funny. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end that.
More coal. Yeah, we need more coal. Yeah, 1000%. The most efficient form of energy, coal.
So there's a lot more to do at a federal level with permitting reform.
Thank you,
to start
Canned
to
Acid,
increase domestic production of
for
energy.
saying something.
And
Maybe
inclusive of that,
maybe a
all of
few
the above.
other
I want
people from YouTube can
I want
also
nuclear.
jump
I
over
want
and say a few
natural gas.
things.
It is vital
or something,
if we are
you
going
know?
to be energy
Maybe.
dominant.
Maybe
So there's
maybe.
a lot ahead, and
What
I
is
look forward to the
4chan?
discussion
Don't
tonight.
look
I
that
know,
up.
Hello from
there's
Leah's
going
stream.
to be a lot of focus
Imitation
on
YouTube
different
raid.
topics, and
Hello.
look forward to
Welcome,
answering your
raiders.
questions. So Ava is going to be
Ew.
drawing.
The $40 I saved sure made the extra $150 on groceries worth it. Yeah, I mean, like, they're playing a massive shell game right now, banking on the fact that their constituents are either too stupid to notice or too rich to notice. You know, like, that's kind of the sweet spot for Republicans right now. Like, oh, yeah, you guys are saving so much money on gas right now. It's definitely going to make up for the fact that your grocery bill is like $200 per month higher. It's definitely going to make up for the fact that your healthcare premiums just quadrupled. Yeah, no. You're saving like 50 cents per
right.
gallon on gas.
I'm gonna run like one more ad and then I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm ending, so enjoy a few extra viewers. Thank you, Leah. I appreciate it. Hope you had a great stream. Welcome, folks. Come on in.
Okay.
And
see y'all later.
yeah,
Thank
hope
you so much for the great
enjoy
stream.
watching Mike Lawler get
I really
get rocked
appreciate
by
all of you.
his,
You're all wonderful. Drink some water.